warehouse. No, our ownership.
Okay, we get it. They don't do shit for black people. We was
Anyway,
original.
so like I was saying,
Can I say
my
my
issues
final
are for
word?
my people and my people alone, and that's why it's not.
Your connection, Obsidian, is bad.
It's like the ancestors literally keep giving you hints and you won't
Bring
take
my
it.
sis back.
Thank you.
Bring
Jesus
my
Christ.
sis back.
And if I don't make it back, can y'all please talk about the policies regarding Social Security and how it's going to be obsolete by like 2034? Okay.
Is this your first drop?
My final words, yeah, girl. They just
is this our first drop, Nody?
My final words.
Don't go anywhere.
Y'all listen, for the record, hold on, y'all. Everybody, y'all, we are now live on YouTube. Shout out to my YouTubies, y'all. We are now live on YouTube, okay? Yeah, Alex, babe, they got you, babe.
Okay, then all I'm gonna say is my final words is, even if you don't know what's going on, I don't think there's anything wrong with you having like an opinion about how you think these policies will affect you, but making definitive statements are really dangerous in a room of 1,800 plus people. Making statements like black people were the original people and saying like nobody does shit for black people. We should invoke that type of narrative should not be painted in front of so many people, especially people that have no idea how to vote or anything related to understanding how any of this shit works when it comes to the election. Thank you, Diamond, for letting me up. Y'all stay black and beautiful. I'm out.
Oh, thank you.
Bring my sis back.
I didn't make
Good
no poor
morning,
statement.
y'all.
Can I say something, Diamond?
Hi, Rose. Hi. I hope they bring Alex
up, Rose?
back.
Can I say something? I just want to piggyback.
Alex back right now.
I just sent 25, so somebody else sent another 25.
Let's go.
I just want to
go.
piggyback off what Alex was saying, because I think Alex was absolutely correct with her final statements. And along with what Alex was saying, instead of saying that Democrats don't do anything, say we as a culture and people don't hold Democrats to the standard of what we vote for. We're not showing up to the rallies. We're not showing up to the conferences. We're not saying, hey, we need you to do this because this is why we voted you here. We're not showing up and we're not speaking up. We're not coming together as a community by the hundreds. It's 1.9K people here, but what if 1.9 people went actually to the Black Caucus meetings and said, hey, as a Democratic Party, you said this was your agenda. You said this was your platform. We're holding you to the standards. We need to see this in our communities. We need to see the growth and development in our communities. We need these jobs to be happening. We need these contract governments to be able to, for us to be able to get that funding fair across the board, not just giving it to family members. We need our kids to get the same education as illegals are getting. We need those stipends checks that y'all giving the illegals. We need it here in our communities. It can't be the same 10, 15 people just saying it and then telling people, hey, well, the Democrats ain't doing nothing. We have to come in the majority. Right now, what we're saying is true and correct, but the minority is saying it, not the majority. And we have to come together. That's all I'm saying.
Can I just point this out to people about Elon? Good morning, Rose, everybody. Let me just, and I'm gonna drop. Elon Musk, he has contracts with the government, and you remember he just showcased those robots. You guys have to remember and look how the agenda is. He is paying people $1 million, or this raffle he's doing. If you had vote, and basically he wants to know, did you vote for Trump? So then you may win $1 million, right? And he found ways legally to do that without being in trouble of paying people for voting for Trump. Okay, now on top of that, the reason why it's so important is because we're not going to have a black job. Because if this whole mass deportation happens, who do you think he really want to send?
Now, where it could be illegal, right, and this is something that we won't see before the election is over. This is something that will take a long time to go through the court process, right? Now, where the loophole is it's for a petition. Where it could be illegal is the petition is for people who are registered to vote. So it is a roundabout way. Now, if he said this was for anybody, then it would be entirely legal. Okay, so I want people to understand what that means. If this was for anybody, then it would be entirely legal to roundabout by votes. But because in his stipulation it was for registered voters, it's a roundabout way of paying that money to people who are going to vote. That's where it's going to be illegal.
I just want to say this real quickly because Obsidian was incorrect when he said that like Democrats don't do anything. So this is the article
In swing states, yes.
penaltyinfo.org. After more than a century of efforts by civil rights leaders to make lynching a federal crime, President Joe Biden on March 29th of 2022 signed into law historic anti-lynching legislation. This was flanked by the bill's sponsors, which is now our sitting Vice President Kamala Harris, and family members of the late Ida B. Wells and Emmett Till in a ceremony on the White House on lawn. Biden signed the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, officially denominating and lynching a federal hate crime. The law allows for crimes such as kidnappings, aggravated sexual abuse, and attempts on lives to be prosecuted as lynchings in federal court when a conspiracy to commit a hate crime results in an unaliving or serious bodily injury. Individuals convicted of lynching faces punishment of up to 30 years in prison. She sponsored the bill alongside family of Ida B. Wells and Emmett Till. Now, for those that are not aware of the Emmett Till story, obviously you know that he got lynched. So I need for individuals when they say that Democrats don't do anything or Republicans don't do anything, I'm against the two-party system because it doesn't support Black people. Also, with individuals who are using this as an excuse not to vote will be the same individuals that are coming to Ms. Diamond's space after November 5th and complain about shit that's going on. You need to participate in your self-governing democracy. You need to get out and vote. I need for Black men to stop using this as an excuse not to go out and vote or using it as an excuse to support somebody who is a outward fucking bigot. It makes absolutely no sense to me when y'all come up here and complain that there's a war against Black men, but you motherfuckers, all you do is clock in, you go home. You don't do nothing. You don't participate in your community. You don't talk to the younger generation. You talk down on motherfuckers. You're angry as fuck. You don't talk back to that boss, but you talk back to your wife and them fucking kids that you got with your wife. That makes absolutely no sense. You have 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks exactly from today. In some places, it is early voting, or some of you are doing mail-in ballots. You have multiple opportunities to vote. There is no excuse. Even if you are somebody with a seen or unseen disability, you can go out and vote. Or if you cannot physically go to the voting polls because you live far and you have no way of transportation, get yourself a mail-in ballot. There's a sticker at the bottom of this slide. Click it. All of your states is listed. It will tell you mail-in ballot deadline dates, going to the poll deadline, everything. It will tell you when your voting booth opens and closes. You stop using this as an excuse not to go vote. I literally pulled up her website within 3 seconds. This is not hard, ladies and gentlemen, they're dumb people. Get another device, go and do your research, make sure you know who you are voting for and who you're supporting, and look up the policies. This is not rocket science, I promise you. I understand that both parties are anti-Black and racist as fuck. I understand that, but you need to look at which party is pushing what legislation and what they're passing and what they're supporting. Project 2025, which is a mandate, literally lists out how they're trying to restrict people of their bodily autonomy. If you, I'm sorry. Not only is it up for seat for our president, all the seats in Congress are up. Or both chambers for the seats are up for both the House of Representatives and the Senate. So when you go and vote, all of that should be on your voting ticket. Is who you can vote for your respective offices. So make sure that you're not only voting for the president, but you're also voting for the congressmen and women that you want to serve in Congress next year. This will be very crucial.
Can I ask you a question, Javon? Can I ask you a question, Javon?
Is there any way that I can speak? I don't want to talk over none of y'all.
Damn, I didn't get a chance to go.
No, I'm not trying to interrupt. I just wanted to ask him a question before y'all go, or after y'all go. I'm sorry, after.
Okay, Nerdy, you was up here before me. Go ahead, babe. How can
Good
I help
morning,
you?
y'all. Lord have mercy. You get a word to
Morning.
speak in. Y'all need to go vote, please. Just please go vote. I voted yesterday. That was the first day to go vote. 7 o'clock. Then close at 7 p.m. If you in Duval, come on now. It's not that hard. If you one of those people who don't want to go vote, why wouldn't you want to go vote? It is literally your civil duty to just go vote. That's the bare minimum you can do. You already on the couch not doing shit all day. You might as well go vote. And some of y'all motherfuckers up here, especially you black men that be trying to protect all these Republicans and Trump and all, I can tell y'all failed like social studies and civics because y'all dumbasses come in here and embarrass
economy
yourselves.
economics 101 too.
Exactly. What I'm saying is that y'all don't even have the simplest like idea what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all always want to talk about Democrats do this and they don't do that and blah blah blah. But y'all motherfuckers don't talk about Republicans and how shitty they are and how they don't do shit for you either. You want to dream that you want to be a rich man one day and be a Republican one day, but you can't. Thank you. Sorry. I'll go back to mute.
I just want to say something really quickly and then I'll drop that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This is going to be really quick. I do want to speak to the group of people that maybe don't have the ability to vote. Felons, Pan-Africans, Black liberators, abolitionists, people like that, comrades. If you cannot vote for whatever reason, or you choose not to vote, right? Although I don't necessarily agree with that, I still want to speak to you a little bit, and I'm going to make it quick because I'm exhausted. I've been up all night. If you cannot or will not vote for your own personal reasons, please go into your community and find out your top 3 to 4 community activists. I'm from Seattle. That would be Jordan Chaney. That would be Nikita Oliver. That would be Sharma Sawant. And that would be Iluo Ajuma. Right? Those are the 4 top activists in my city in Seattle. For those of us that are felons or are liberationists or abolitionists or choose not to vote, you are important too. Oftentimes we do get caught up in the voting, and I do think that that is really important. But for those of us that don't, please connect. Find out who. Please find out who the activists are in your city. The ones that are undermining the system and doing the work behind the scenes. And they do vote, and that's their business, right? Please connect with them. Please find out what you can do. Please find out where you can volunteer. Please find out where you can undermine the things that hurt us regardless of who's in power. Because you can vote for Kamala Harris all day, and that's good and fine and all. And personally, I encourage you to. So if for those reasons, you want to do work that is outside of voting that makes a difference for your local communities, please find out what your city council is doing. Please find out what your local activists are doing. Please find out where you can volunteer. Please find out what your city is doing on a local level so that you can volunteer and make those changes regardless of who is in office. Because it is good and fine and all when the Republican or when the Democrats are there, but things are still difficult for us on the base ground level, right? And so again, I just wanted to make sure that I spoke to those that whether you choose not to vote, I won't speak to that, but whether there's a lot of us that cannot vote due to the system, regardless of the party that's in place, due to the system, it has been taken from a lot of us. So please, again, please, 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 go find your local activists and ask them how you can help. And if they won't do that, that's fine, but maybe somebody will. I don't know, right? So please go find them. Please find out what you can do. Please find out how you can support the community working within this capitalist system that even on the best of days doesn't work for us in the long haul, right? Because what we're voting for right now is a Band-Aid. It's not a fix. And again, I'm an abolitionist, so that should tell you that, comrades. So please,
Good morning.
with your local activists. That's it. That's all.
Hold on, Rose.
Thank you, Mooney.
Hold on, Rose. Let me get this cash out message out of me. It really doesn't make sense to me that when a Black person is put in power, It's all about what can that person do for my people. How would you feel if a Jewish person became president and only did for their people? Or if a gay person became president and only did for their people? Please, and only did for their people. Make it make sense. A president is for all people. Everyone should be benefiting, not just specifically a certain race of people. That should not be a vote. That should not be a reason for why or why not vote for a person of color.
Can they tell me which president ever in our history haven't only done for one demographic? Let me. What demographic of people y'all see only run for president have started in the office? Y'all be wasting y'all fucking money. Y'all sound dumb as fuck. I swear to God.
Davon, let's not be ridiculous, right? And I say this respectfully. There's no president on the planet, past, present, or future, that is going to do for Black people what should be done. We know that. The system operates the way it's supposed to be, and the system was never for us. Like I said, you can't use the master's tools to dismantle the master's house. I understand voting for Democrats, and I understand the importance of that. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm not. Right? But let's not fool ourselves here and think that because if we vote one party over the other, all of a sudden that it's here for Black people. It could be perfect. It could be all Black people in Congress, in the Senate, in the House, and a president, right? But the system is still going to operate the way it's supposed to operate, which was never for us. It doesn't matter because the identity of the system remains intact, which is a whole different conversation, and a lot of us aren't ready for that, right? So let's be smart, but let's not fool ourselves here. I understand the importance of voting for Democrats this time around, but there's going to come a day where we have to understand that it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, right? That's not today. That's not this election, right? That's not even our kids' election. It might be our kids', right? But we have to think long term, which, yes, voting is great, but you also have to connect with your local community activists. You just have to. You have to change it from the ground up so that when you vote for people in the future, hopefully, which I don't think it would ever be done under capitalism, but again, that's another conversation, so that hopefully that the people that we vote for can work for a system that actually could work for us. And right now, that just isn't the case. It is a Band-Aid on something to get us by until we can figure something else out. That's my opinion. I say that respectfully, Javon, right? I still encourage people to vote for Democrats, but I am under no illusions. As a person of color, as a Black woman, I'm under no illusions that that's going to really change the system to benefit us, because
Agreed.
it just, do you know what I mean?
Yep, you hit the nail on the head.
So it's not only important to vote, it is also important to understand what is going on in your community. The Black Panthers knew it, right? The liberationists knew it. The abolitionists knew it, right? So you have to, it's a duality here. So yes, voting is important, but you also have to understand what's going on in your community so that when the time comes, you need to support who you need to support, whether it's overthrowing for TikTok purposes. This is all just speculation and fantasy, right? So when that time comes, if it comes, which it won't be in our lifetime, right? But we can prepare our children and our children's children, that we have to be ready, right? To build something anew, to dismantle an identity. In the meantime, please exercise your vote, but please don't be under any illusions that the vote is the end all be all. That's it. Please connect with your local activists.
Well, good morning. Hey, everyone. Hi. Can y'all tap the screen to 300K?
What up,
please?
Rose?
And y'all hit the gift goal, grab you a subscription too. Y'all need a cute little reset. Y'all go ahead and share the live if you ain't shared it before. Share the live one more time. Tap the screen. We're almost at 300K. Send Diamond her gifts. Thank you. So I just wanted to bring a little bit of information regarding the individuals who may have had a felony on their on the record. Depending on the state that you are in, it can be resolved. In 2024, there were a couple states that passed a little bill for voting rights to allow those who were on parole, who may have had reduced time sentence, to be eligible to vote. So you might want to go to vote.gov, go to register to vote, put in your state, put in your information and see if you are 1, registered to vote, or 2, have the ability to vote. Go to your state. Your state has a website. They all do. Go to your state website. Put in your information, see if you may or may not be able to vote, And then also, for those of y'all who feel like I'm not voting for a president, cool. That's cool, right? You can ignore that part of the ballot. Do you know that there's other parts of the ballot that you should be voting for? Like state electives, right? Like governors and people who you want to put into the Senate who can help pass certain bills to make your area better. So even if you don't want to vote for a president, you could vote for the districts. You could vote for the taxes that they're asking you about on the ballot. If you haven't gone to vote, you can vote for judges. You can vote for sheriffs. The sheriffs, the ones who are locking our kids up, the ones who are giving us things that are unjust. You can vote to have the right sheriff in your town put into place, put into office. Oftentimes we have a problem with people who are abusing the law, right? How about we find a way to put the right person into office? How about that friend that you've had that's been in jail for an entire year and hasn't seen a fucking judge? Ain't seen one. Sat in jail.
Can you vote for the DA, Rose? I'm not quite sure. Can you vote for the DA?
I'm not sure. I don't think
okay.
so. I don't know about that one. And so we're talking about like bondsmen, all of these, because one of us knows somebody who's been in jail, who was wrongfully, thrown into jail, ain't even seen the judge, because you in jail, that means you probably ain't seen the judge for real. You ain't had no nothing. You just sitting for days and years and months and stuff. So we can vote to have the right people in office in your town, in your county, in your state. Voting for school board education, those who are in the education board, why your kids are the No Child Left Behind thing, like voting for the right things to make sure that your children are actually learning. How about voting for policies that are paying the to y'all last month, there were about 5 to 10 different people who were in the comments saying that's crazy. I've been voting for almost 20 years, and for some reason, I ain't registered to motherfucking vote.
I just want to add something on really quick too. I think it's some stuff, if I'm not mistaken, because I know they did it here before in my city. There's ride shares as well for people that may have a hard time either having access to the bus or having access to driving. So that's another thing. But I was always told whenever you need information on like the simplest things like that, or your area where you can vote, just dial 211.
Okay,
Do 211 work in every state? Or is that just Wisconsin?
Yeah, it works everywhere.
Oh.
And one more thing, when it
I'm
comes to
almost
them
at my job, so
taxes,
we can talk about
like I said, y'all really should go to factcheck.org, or y'all can be like, hey Siri, what's the tax on whoop the whoop the whoop, on boop the bop the bing, on ABCD, on 1 2 3 4. You can literally
Don't forget
hey
5 6 7
Alexa,
8.
hey Alexa, what is X, Y, and Z? Like you can literally ask the AI that you're investing in, and ask them for real information, and they will tell you real information. Y'all sitting here worried about tax spins and tax cuts. This man sat up here and tried to lower the shit to 21% in 2018, and the government and the economists, the people who went to school for this, was like, oh, this didn't do nothing but make it worse. Oh, this is crazy. And that's on factcheck.org. Org.
Can I ask a question? To anybody up here? And Jay, matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you the question. You know,
Alexa!
we came from
okay, go ahead.
You know, we came from what's it called? Debate talk. This
I know your
sounds no, but this sounds like the whole passport thing, because none of y'all are really coming up here saying why y'all should vote for Trump. Y'all are just saying why we shouldn't vote for Kamala because of your own personal reasons. And I don't like that, because did y'all ask these same questions for Obama? Because we made songs, everything. A black man in office doesn't matter. We don't care. Just a black man in office. We supported that 100%. No questions asked. But when it seems to be a black woman, we have a problem. And can somebody
you
up
mispronounced
here,
her first name, fam. It's Kamala.
I can't. My words slur. I can't really.
I know you good.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. My words be slurring.
Sorry to interrupt y'all. I made it to campus, so y'all have a nice one. I gotta go to class.
But I still want somebody to come up here and talk about the policies that they have for Trump. I want to hear it.
To say about Kamala. So for those of y'all, raise your hand if you ever been to a college, maybe a HBCU, or have friends who attended HBCU, so on and so forth. Maybe you went to a community college, or even just went some type of training. Like, you know, you went to work and they sat you in front of a computer and you had to train for a couple hours before you got up on the floor. Anybody who's ever done some shit like that, go ahead and raise your hand in the comments. Do you know that Kamala actively goes to colleges and helps those college students, the HBCUs? When we had the hurricane and all of that stuff, do you know that Kamala took up herself, went to HBCUs, went to certain colleges just in Georgia and in other places, and told FEMA and them, bring your motherfucking Ross to this blood clot, please, and you better beat me there. Don't fucking meet me there. Bring the people them their food. Why the fuck don't you have food trucks for the people? We the people need food. Give the people their food. Chick-fil-A was out there giving niggas free food and all kind of shit. You know why? Because Kamala told them niggas, bring your ass there. They still out there helping them people. You know why? Because Kamala. Not because of Trump lying and saying that niggas wasn't helping people, that they didn't have no helicopters to try to save people during Hurricane Helene and all kind of shit, lying. She was actively going out and helping people, going to colleges, multiple colleges, saving y'all kids.
Can we say her name right though? It's Kamala.
I think she got thrown off from before, but I'm gonna jump in real quick.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna say
fine,
this.
but it's like the 9th time. It's Kamala. It's not difficult.
People who are talking against Kamala and saying that they're gonna vote for Trump, we're gonna just go ahead and say what it really is. The people that are supporting Trump are the racists, the grapists, the agents of white supremacy, the school pewers and their parents, bigots, misogynists, especially those that practice misogynoir, degenerates, the incels, the self-loathers, the homophobes, the transphobes, predators, and people who think Jesus was white. We understand those are the people that are pushing to vote for Trump. I need y'all to understand. Pushing to vote for Trump because you really don't care about people if you are pushing for that man. These people come up here and talk against Kamala and say, oh, she's not black, she's not that. Neither is Trump.
Okay, for y'all who's sitting here listen, pronunciation of words.
It's a non-black.
Everybody
people,
listen.
Rose,
Everybody has different accents. Everybody come from different places.
Comments.
If you want to harp on my pronunciation of a person's name instead of the information and the valid the valid information that I'm giving you, y'all have bigger fish to fry. Y'all the niggas who are more focused on race instead of actual rights and bills and voting rights and all kind of shit. Y'all are the problem. Literally.
I don't think
No.
that's
Let's be all the way 100. Y'all are literally the problem.
Statement.
To completely take away from all the information that is provided.
Nobody did that.
To try to correct somebody on their pronunciation of a word based off of the way that they talk. Everybody's from different places. So that means that at a certain point in time, what you're gonna do, since y'all want to be fair, what you're gonna do is police everybody who says people's name wrong or says different words wrong. That's like people saying some simple shit like humble and humble. You're gonna sit up here and correct everybody who don't pronounce the H in humble? That's crazy.
No. I think that's crazy gaslighting that you're doing right now.
For real. And I'm not talking to you, Mooney. I'm talking to the person in the comments.
I'm talking to you. Say her name right. Let's not act like Black people's names haven't been mispronounced since forever. Two things can be true at the same time. We can understand what you're saying and we can respect it, but you can also say her name right. Right? As Black people, our names have been purposely mispronounced for the longest time. Two things can be true. They mispronounce our name on purpose to take power from us, but we can also understand what you're saying.
So you think that you're being gaslit
literally Kamala.
Because there are two different
literally Kamala. Just say her name.
Both are right.
Just say her name.
Both are
Kamala.
correct. Both are correct.
No, her name is Kamala. Just say it right.
Both different ways.
It's Kamala. Just say her name right.
Both different ways, sweetheart.
It's not two different ways because Kamala herself has said what her name is. It wasn't that Rose got on the news and said what her name was. Larry didn't say what her name is. Mooney didn't say what her name is. Diamond didn't say what her name is. Kamala came up there and made sure that we said her name was right.
Irrelevant. It is an irrelevant.
We can understand what you were saying. We can understand what you were saying.
It is an irrelevant point.
It isn't. Say her name right. Say her name right. As Black people, we deserve to have our names being said. We deserve to have our names being said correctly when you speak on our name. Say our name correctly when you say the message. Nobody is negating what you said. Nobody is saying that what you are saying is not true. Everybody agrees what you are saying. You were cooking. So then why don't you just finish the race and say her name right? It's not difficult. At this point, you just don't want to say it. Just say it. As Black people, we've got to understand that they've mispronounced our names for long enough. It's Kamala. Not difficult.
Upset with me in the comments because you're a bigot and you're going to vote for Trump because you're a transphobe or a homophobe or, all the things that I mentioned before. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't give a fuck. I do not support bigotry. I'm not going to give you no high five. I'm not going to say your opinion is valid. Fuck you. People's rights are we're in trouble, people. I don't give a damn. I don't care about nothing. Y'all could drop me the same small titty, long nipple, knuckle dragon, pigeon toed, long neck, loose neck. Who the hell? Y'all drop me again. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I do not care. If you are a bigot, if you're a homophobe, if you're trying to infringe your beliefs and shit on other people and take their rights away, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Respectfully, disrespectfully, with a sick dick, no lube in the ass. Fuck you. I'm gonna drop myself.
Okay, so hold on. Let me read these cash out messages. Someone, can we pay to block a commenter? If yes, how much? I normally that's not a fee to block a commenter. You would have to tell me in my DMs what this person is really saying that wants you to block, that you would want them to be blocked. Cash out message says, it's a respect thing. Who raised you? Cash out message said, Rose, shut your big back ass up and excel. Trick. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
That's not okay. Don't.
So
if I could say 2 words.
Right. No, I don't agree with that. Okay, Georgia, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I just want to give you all some information. There's a website called vote401.org. I want you to go there and put in your information for your locality. The reason that this is important is you want to pull up a sample ballot. The sample ballot shows you all the things that you're voting on. Sometimes there are bills and proposals that are there, and the language is very misleading. You need to familiarize yourself with it before you vote. For example, in Georgia, there are 3 issues put on the ballot. If you read it fast, it sounds one way. But when you take the time
to put it apart and compartmentalize it, you realize that what they're saying to you is not what you think they're saying to you. One of the initiatives asks you about homestead exemptions, and it says that the homestead exemption should be lowered. If you lower the homestead exemption, that's not going to affect people who are in a regular middle class home. What is it going to affect? It's going to allow the people who have multi-million-dollar homes to pay fewer taxes. And those fewer taxes will then in turn affect our school boards and our school board systems. So do you see how the way that they word it matters? So please, so that you can familiarize yourself with it, I suggest everybody download your sample ballot, read it over, have somebody assist you if need be. Use Siri, use Google, use whatever you need to, even talk to one of your local activists to get a clear understanding of what the language is. Because oftentimes the language is deceptive by nature. And that's all I wanted to say, y'all. Thank you all so much. Have a good day.
Thank you, Jordan's mom.
First off,
What's
morning.
happening in Georgia? I'm gonna just jump in. I'm gonna jump out. In Georgia, right now, the mail is so slow. I don't know what's going on with it, but they are making the mail so slow. What does that mean? That the ballots will not get there on time. This may be a ploy by the government, Georgia, to kind of stay out of the mess of what's going to go on, but the mail is doubly slow. We can argue that, but we need to be watching what are the tactics that is going to change this election. Go ahead and drop me, Diamond.
Okay.
First off,
Good morning, Diamond.
Good morning, Diamond. Hope
Good morning. Oh, go ahead, Jay. You was here. Go ahead, brother. I'm getting.
So, a few things. The name thing. I know there are people who are not calling her that on purpose. I know some of them, may have heard it, whatever. And I won't spend a lot of time on it. I just say this: Republicans do that on purpose because it's a dog whistle. They need to make your name sound as foreign as possible to get more "quote unquote" Americans away from you. If you don't believe me, look at Nikki Haley, who's a Republican governor. Nikki isn't her real name. She had to change it to make the voter base comfortable. Bobby Jindal had to change it to make the voter base comfortable. Ted Cruz, I think there's somebody in Florida. When Barack Obama was president, they made sure to say his whole name because they wanted to scare people. Barack Hussein Obama. Like it's a dog whistle. They need to make your name sound foreign to push people away from you. So that's the only reason why people harp on the name thing, because it's finally calling out dog whistles. Now, a few things on who we're looking at as the candidates. One of the big reasons why I'm voting for Kamala, and I would encourage a lot of people, specifically Black people, to do so, is for some things that she's shown over time. When she was in California, we have to remember the Back on Track Act, where a lot of people, for some of the crimes, the lesser crimes that you had committed, that you have been convicted of, you could get into this program, not only find educational things to get into, but it did job placements. And after so long, I think about 5 years, if I'm not mistaken, somebody can fact check me on that, whatever that was on your record, as long as you stayed in a program, it will be taken off. That was just in California alone. She also took on the banks in California with a lot of predatory lending. When, as a senator, she had the Black Maternal Care Act. The reason why that is important is there are way too many Black women having kids who are not getting out of that hospital alive. The Black Maternal Care Act was to look at why this is happening disproportionately to Black women and nobody else. You look at the plan that she has for the first step. What's happening? Is that somebody who doesn't know they're up here?
All right.
Hold up, we're gonna be nosy for a second.
Who is it? Miss Ramita?
I think it's Stephanie, whoever this is next to me.
It's not showing this in my box.
What's that in the A world? What's that in the MF?
Oh, that's weird.
What's that?
There we go. I was hoping to be a little bit more nosy.
All right, bro. Can I speak, bro? We know Kamala did some. No, wait, hold on, brother. You spoke and said you said she did some commemorable things.
Give me a moment. Not commemorable. That's the wrong word. Give me a moment.
I get it. This is boring to some of y'all. I get that, but some of y'all really need to hear this, y'all. This is education purpose. Some of y'all need to hear this.
Right, and a few things.
Just hold tight.
Okay. Bro, you gave us a list of all her accolades, enough accolades. We understand that you're voting for Kamala, bro.
Oh, TikTok. Okay, and it's cool. So now I'm going to close with some points about Trump. And I do that. I close because I got to get in my truck. I got a few loads today. Here's the thing about Trump. So if you want to say that you had more money during Trump's administration, I'm going to agree with you. But it's not because of Trump. The economy you've seen during his administration was the remnants, was left over from Barack Obama. And it's not a new thing. Since about the 1940s, the GDP under Republican-led leadership is between 2.1 and 2.3%. Under Democrats, it's between 4.2 to 4.4%. If you don't understand the GDP, I don't want to go into depth in it because it can get boring, but it does affect your pockets. Now, the time that you start to see your money tail off a little bit, the end of 2019 going into 2020. The reason why is because Trump's tax code, he signed it in 2017. The same tax code that we're currently living under now because it doesn't expire until next year. If you think your groceries are more expensive, you're right. The reason why is because the tariff war that he had with China. When you make things more expensive for China to sell over here, they're not going to buy certain things from us. And some of those things were with our farmers. Almost 1,000 farms shut down during his administration and were bought out by the mega farms. And what do you think the mega farms are going to do? They're going to make the shit more expensive. The steel production with those tariffs also went down. We closed 1,000 plus oil refineries when he was done. We're now drilling more oil ever than in
Diamond. Now, Diamond, I can't take no more of this dumbass bullshit. Man, look, wait a minute now, goddammit, J.E.'s. Hold on, brother. Because you giving us, see, let me tell you what you're doing, bro. What you're doing is you're coming in, bro. Listen at this, brother. You coming in, picking apart the problem, giving us all this intelligent ignorance. Bruh, you're going all in the wrong area. The whole system, this Mooney lady said something that was very, very intelligent. One of the most intelligent things she said. And I kept repeating that in the comments. The master is not going to give you wait a minute, J.E.'s, go on you like I was for you, because you wait a minute, bro. You gave us a list of Kamala's accolades. You broke down Trump's faults, and you had the floor for a minute. Let me just get the floor for one little second. Like you don't got to dumb down shit, bro. You got these 3 shades on your head like motherfucking Prince, and you ain't talking about shit. Like you got your third eye open. Let me say this. Mooney said some very important stuff. Like she said. I said he got these shades on like he motherfucking Prince with these third eye open. He ain't talking about shit, man.
Hold on, Pot. Really, really quick, Pot.
It's not necessary.
See, now you know you was rude. That was rude, Pot.
No, he didn't cut me off in several other panel. That's why he said, hold on, TikTok. I'm not even up here as that. I know who J.E.'s is with the 3 eyes. The 3 eyes supposed to be open, the pineal gland. But let me say this, Diamond, please. Because what Mooney said was, they're going...
What Republicans do.
Hold on one second. Just hear me out. So you're in your personal with J.E.'s. That's fine. But hold on.
No, I'm saying we've had debates before is all I'm saying. Not in the personal, Diamond. We've had debates. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. But you cut him off. But neither here nor there. You know they got you.
Okay, well, let me say my final words. And I'm finna pay to come back this morning. I'm feeling good. Okay, listen at this. When Mooney said the slave master, she said the master is not gonna give you the tools to dismantle his house. Let me stop right there. Let me explore that statement, and I'm coming back. That right there is why Potts be talking about only humans pay to live. You're voting for the lesser of 2 evils. These people will unalive you to keep their rule in order. They dropped the bomb on Hiroshima because they was getting out of line. John F. Kennedy. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, but one of their own. Let me examine that for y'all. They took John F. Kennedy's head off, right? Said it was Lou Harvey Oswald. Then they came back around the corner and knocked his brother off, Robert F. Kennedy. Then they waited, Diamond, and came around the corner and knocked John off. Said John was flying upside down his Cessna airplane and ran into something. This how evil these people are to keep their shit in power.
Final words.
I'm coming back, Swift Dog.
Okay, but Pops, you're long-winded, baby. You need to drop, baby. Go ahead and do your thing.
Yes, ma'am, Diamond. You know I'm long-winded. I'll be right back.
Right. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Come on back.
Let me play this little portion here. This is for the black men. We this false narrative about Kamala in imprisoning these people. All right, just give me a minute.
Nobody coming to see him, Otis. I'm listening.
That's all document, but these numbers don't inspire hope necessarily. That there are going to be enough of us around in the coming months and years, certainly years, to implement this covenant the way these numbers are going.
The covenant, first of all, Tavis, I want to thank you for what you've done, bringing us together and convening us. We've had a lot of time waiting to come out to talk with each other and bond, and it's an incredible group. The criminal justice system is not working for the African American community. I can tell you as the chief law enforcement officer for a major city in this country that it is not working. We see that in the statistics that you've outlined. 2 million people are in the prison system in this country. Over 40% are African American, in spite of the fact that we only constitute 13% of the general population. It's not working. It's not working when we recognize that African American men, the leading cause of their death is homicide. We are overly represented both as victims and as defendants and as witnesses. Our communities suffer because our babies hear the gunfire every night. So the 7-year-old has post-traumatic stress disorder and cannot go to school the next day and learn. The criminal justice system is not working for us. What I think we have failed to do as a community, however, is own this issue of law enforcement. We talk about these statistics in the context always of it is unfair, it's morally incorrect. Maybe we have learned that from the church. It is morally incorrect, but nobody cares about that. You can look at Katrina. Nobody cares about the fact that we've got a bunch of young black and brown men in prison. That argument is not working. What I suggest we do as African Americans is own this issue in law enforcement and then define it in the way that works for us, because it is a myth to say that African Americans don't want law enforcement. We do. We want our grandmothers to be able to walk to church and be safe. We want our babies to be able to walk to the park and be safe. What we don't want is racial profiling. What we don't want is excessive force. What we don't want is to have our civil liberties and civil rights be stripped. But we do want law enforcement. So let's define it in the way that works for us by saying, I want community policing. I want a police department that works in my neighborhood and in my community that reflects the mores and the culture and respects my grandmother. Again, when they walk in to talk to her, I want a system of accountability in the criminal justice system that says law enforcement needs to own crime prevention as much as it talks about long sentences. Because nationally, only 18% of serious crime results in an arrest. So if I, as law enforcement, with my responsibility to keep you safe, only talk about keeping you safe by sending people to prison for a long time, I'm necessarily going to fall short because the vast majority of that crime's not even hitting my system. So if I'm going to keep my promise to you to keep you safe, I'd better talk with you about what I'm doing in terms of crime prevention, which means recognizing that people coming out of the state prisons, 60% will recidivate if we don't get them in reentry programs, if we don't get them in job training, job readiness, get them in programs that deal with their substance abuse, get them in meaningful housing and employment so they don't recidivate. We could talk about it in terms of, is it the right thing to do? Of course it is. But I'm done talking about it like that. I'll just talk about it on this basis. If that person commits another crime, I have to spend $10,000 to try that felony. They sit in my county jail for $35,000 a year. I'm running a reentry program out of my office in San Francisco DA's office that brings folks back into the community at an expense of $8,000 a year. guarantees them employment, guarantees them meaningful reunification with their family, and in that way, fulfills my responsibility to keep my community safe. So let's redefine this issue in the context of public safety and just simply talk about doing crime prevention, investing in people coming out of prisons is the smart thing to do for law enforcement. Forget that it's just the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do.
So
May
that's just a part of stuff.
y'all, if y'all don't mind, may I speak?
I'm glad you played that.
That's just a part of stuff that the narrative that she don't do nothing. She putting all these people in jail. She ain't got no kind of program for them. So that's, and this was in 2006. So for all you people, I just want you to hear that.
Okay,
So wait, Juice, let me say this so I can get back out of here. As I promise you, look,
I got
drop,
two things to say before.
Wait, it's okay, Juicy. I promise you. Look, I promise you, it's okay. Look, I didn't know Pops had Pops, whatever his name is, had a personal thing against me. But now that he mentioned it, I know what it is. I think he came over to the Good Homies Cool Live once. I seen him in the request box, and I told him he won't be allowed up because I don't like the way he talked to black women.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that was it. But I'll go further and say this, Potts, if you got that much of an issue with me, reach out to me, because the last thing I was going to say on this panel before I drop, black men, if you feel like you're being left behind, I know why. And it sucks, but I know why.
But Jay, I don't want you to leave yet.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna finish so I can get these loads off today. I don't want to drive to Mississippi. So look, the reason why is, as it stands right now in our own community, black women are more employed than us by a number of 2 million. Black women are more homeowners than us. They're more entrepreneurs than us. They're more educated than us. And when I'm talking educated, I'm not even talking on the college level. Look up Sage Journals. They are a collective that research the education of the country, basically. And as it stands, black men, there's only 1% of us reading at an advanced level. Only 1%. There's only 6% of us reading at a 12th grade level. I understand why you feel like you're left behind. It's not black women's fault, though. So, Potts, if you want to have a conversation with me, we're going to have a conversation about mental health and education. If you're prepared for that, I will respectfully have it with you. Otherwise, we're not doing the TikTok lip boxing shit. I don't do that. So that's all I got. I appreciate y'all time, man. Y'all have a good one.
That was why I was trying to
say something really quick before I drop.
No, Moody, I don't want you to drop.
I'm tired. It's 6 a.m. I have things to do today. I've been on here for like 5 hours.
I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't know.
I adore you, Juice. I see you. Number one, I think it's important to understand that those statistics are true when it comes to the undereducation of Black boys. But that is mostly because the education system is not equipped to teach Black boys even under the best of circumstances. So let's, before the men come up here and take over, because that's the vibe I'm getting, that in about 10 minutes, the men are come up here and they're going to men. And I don't have time for that. Especially, I don't like to deal with men who wouldn't exist if their mothers went to therapy, number one. Number two, all cops are bad and abolish the police. That's it. That's all, Diamond. Thank you so much for having me up here. What a way for me to make a comeback. I mean, Jesus, I didn't think it'd be like this. But you'll see me around. I appreciate it.
Welcome back, Mooney. Welcome back.
Like, Mooney, can I say something to you before you leave?
Hang on, honey. For everybody that sent me gifts, look, I've been going through a real hard time. You guys really lifted my spirits tonight. This really made me feel Diamond, I really appreciate you having me up here. I needed it. Go ahead, Juice.
Yeah, I want to say something to you. Well, the first thing I wanted to say was that Mooney can speak for herself. That guy was up here using your name as if, like, I didn't hear nothing that, like, I don't know what he got from what you said, but I didn't get that.
Well, I think I don't know if you were in here, but I had mentioned earlier that
I was just listening on the outside.
Right. You cannot use the master's tools as mental the master's house. And I was specifically talking to people that couldn't vote or don't want to vote, or abolitionists, or Pan-Africans, or are socialists, communists, similar to myself. So I was just speaking towards that. So I have a funny feeling that he's going to misconstrue what I say. Just something that I absolutely won't agree with. Like I said, that's one of the other reasons why I'm dropping. I don't have the energy anymore. I don't deal with men
who wouldn't exist if their mothers went to therapy.
Well,
So
I got you on that part. I
anyways,
got you.
right. So again, I would love to stay, but I'm so tired and I have to go to work in a couple of hours. But again, I really appreciate all the gifts, Diamond, for having me on your panel. It's good to see you as always, looking lovely, looking beautiful. And I appreciate everybody's contributions to this live today. I think it was important, a little bit boring for some people, but important just the same. So thank you guys so much. Next time it's $150 to drop Mooney goggles. Okay, just good night or good morning, I guess.
Have a great one.
Have a lovely day. Goodbye.
All right.
But okay, so let me finish my statement then. So I just wanted to tell her that because I could already tell that she was emotionally like she's not there because she's trying to explain something. People are twisting her words and making her seem like she's not talking about what she's talking about. I got that from Mooney. You feel me? But the best thing I want to say is this. Y'all, if somebody is having a conversation with y'all, like, it's not hard to listen to what they're trying to say. Like, the best thing to do, what I learned, like, even when you go to college, they say to repeat what they said so you get an understanding and then say what you need to say. But y'all don't even repeat what they said because y'all don't give a damn.
And I gotta speak fast, Diamond. Hey, Juice Blue, pardon me, bro, please. Juice Blue, please, bro, because you know I got a target on my back. Alex, they gonna get me. But I'm saying they gonna get me. Please let me speak, Swift Dog. They gonna get me.
Damn. Hold on. Let him speak too now.
They gonna get me before I get a chance to speak, Diamond.
No, they not. They're not. I think it's 100.
I don't want nobody to be insulted. I'm gonna land my plane. Don't be insulted by me. I was just talking in the atmosphere. I wasn't talking to you directly. I didn't say your name. I wasn't doing that. I was just saying.
No, Juice Blue, I wasn't even finna mention what you said. Listen, what I said was, out of all the stuff the Mooney lady was talking, the Corey versus the basic, I said all the shit summed up together. She was talking. The best thing she talked about is when she said that one sound bite. But she said after that sound bite, but I'm not saying don't vote right now because the stuff I'm talking about won't happen in our generation. That's her thinking. I'm one of them abolitionists she's talking about. I'm one of them Pan-Africans that she's talking about. I'm one of them Native Americans she's talking about that's wishing for this system to fall as a whole. See, wait a minute, brother. Let me finish, brother Juice Blue. I'm one of them Pan-Africans that's waiting for this system as a whole to fall. I'm not trying to go through and pick parts of the problem and think that we're putting a Band-Aid on something. The whole American system is the problem. So when I spoke on John F. Kennedy, that's true. Now, whoever did it. His brother Robert, that's true. So what I'm saying is the way the system is designed, it's not designed for you to succeed. And like she said, quote unquote, air quotes, the master is not going to give you the tools to dismantle his house. And that's all I was going off of. That's my talking point right there. That was it.
So you just said that people can't dismantle the house with the tools that the master gave us, right? That's what you just said, right?
That's what I requote. Right, and so now you got Kamala and you got Trump.
Do something for black folks? Are you serious? Are you serious?
No, you're not supposed to just do something for black folks, but black folks been at the bottom of the barrel since we built this place. Come on now, when we gonna get our 40 acres and a mule?
Interrupting though.
You ain't gonna get
I'm
no
not
40
interrupting.
acres.
Swift Dog just addressed me. Swift Dog just addressed me.
I addressed you when you interrupted me.
Go ahead, Juice Blue. I'm listening. And I'm off mute to show you I'm a real, I have panel etiquette. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I feel better if you went on mute.
Parts. What's a Pan-African Native American?
Like go on mute so I can talk to you. It's not for me to be up here to be offensive or to say things to people that they don't want to hear. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Y'all act like politics is like some type of football game. Oh, Democrats. Oh, here it comes with Kamala. Oh, here it comes with Obama. Oh, here. But you know what I don't hear? Y'all ain't never said nothing about the issues that January 6th when that happened and how it was embarrassing as an American for the rest of the world to see us look like that. These white people went to the Capitol. Not only did they take a couple of lives, they stepped back because they didn't get what they wanted. But I don't hear that though.
Hey,
I hear
Juice
about
Blue.
like, oh, okay, so Obama didn't do nothing. So Obama didn't do
Juice
nothing
Blue,
for us.
can I hop in real quick? I was up here before you came up. I want to say something. This
Oh, go ahead, baby. I'm
to
sorry.
what you're talking about. I just want to state. Somebody said they wanted to hear about the policies. Now, I'm choosing violence this morning. Usually, I don't hop up on panels. I'm usually a common cousin. Diamond, thank you for letting me up because politics is my shit. When it comes to messy shit, I love being messy with politics. I think we need to have more channels of people being messy with politics because politicians volunteer themselves for you to be.
Diamond, can you drop me? I got to go to work. Can you drop me, please?
So,
all right, thank you.
What I wanted to say about policies and politics, for all of these, for any Black person, Black American, and when I say Black American, I mean your parents and parents and parents were descendants from here. If any one of y'all are hollering 2024 Trump, I got a question for you. Do you have at least $15,000 cash liquid that you ain't touched, can't touch in your bank account? If you don't have at least 15,000, not 1,000, not 2,000, not $15,000 in your cash liquid, in your account liquid that you can snatch out and do something with, you shouldn't be hollering at because you ain't in the tax bracket. Number two, reading is fundamental. A lot of people I hear yelling at Trump 2020, that Trump 2024, y'all are doing nothing but parroting the bullshit that comes out of that man's mouth. And you take no time whatsoever to get on the Google, to get on the phone, or even get on this goddamn app and search what he says, because I appreciate the content creators who go and put the videos out and try to educate or show you exactly what's said. Now, as far as policy, everybody's talking. I saw a couple of clowns in the comments talking about, oh, well, his tax policy, his tax policy. If you look at his tax policy, if you ain't got that free, you ain't touched, just sitting there doing nothing, $15,000 cash in your account, he ain't talking to your broke ass. He ain't talking to you. You can't afford to worry about his tax policy. If you worried about a goddamn check that you got, you talking about everybody was getting money. That was a funky ass check. And if that funky ass $900 check, $1,200 check made
Stop making me laugh. Stop making me laugh.
your dick hard, you need to step your game up. Oh, because he sent you a check. He didn't want to send the check. He wanted to.
He didn't even do it.
So dummies like you,
Miss Benita.
Would say, oh, let me go ahead and vote for Trump because he sent me money. Your dumb ass fell for that bullshit. If you thought that you was getting money then. Number two, everybody got grandmamas and TTs and aunties out there. Do you know that his financial plan for everybody? There's a thing called Social Security. People get Social Security checks. You got Grandma.
Now we just on number 2. Oh my goodness.
Right? Well, what Republicans call that? If y'all didn't know, see, I've been in this for a long time. I've been paying attention since motherfucking Bush #1. They call Social Security, and let me school you. Social Security is that little stuff that come out of your check. It may show up as FICA, or it may come up as SSS, or it may come up as federal taxes. Look on your little paycheck stuff. That stuff right there, those Republicans, they call that entitlement.
Well, let me tell you something, Miss Benita. Let me tell you something. They got that $200 check, and then they complaining about child support. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Miss Benita, do you have $1,200? That ain't shit. That ain't shit. But back to what I was saying about Social Security. So your grandmama, your aunties, your uncles who living off of that set amount of money, do you know that his policy intend to get rid of Social Security, the money that if you work a job and you get a paycheck stub, we've all put into that. You've all put your little chunk change into that Social Security pot. They talking about getting rid of it within a minimum of 6 years. That's the minimum. They said 30, 34, but after they had somebody who way smarter than me, who sit up there and crunch numbers, who look at economics, who looked at this, they said Trump's policy will get rid of Social Security and privatize it. And when they say privatize, they mean go give it to a company like J.P. Morgan to manage to take money out of your check.
It's Bank of America. It's gonna be one of those things. It's gonna Bank of America. It's gonna be one of them.
No. I'm making a point here.
We not voting.
If you're talking about voting for Trump, you make sure that in 6 years you are able to financially take care of Grandma, Pop, and Mama, and you make sure you're able to handle all of their Medicaid,
That ain't got nothing to do with
Medicare, Medicaid,
We don't care what you have to motherfucking say.
So you want to? You're not gonna talk to her like that. So you want to vote for Trump?
We don't believe little boys can be little girls. Shut your ass up. We don't give a fuck what you got to say. Shut up.
Do you
We don't give a fuck. Shut your ass up.
Benita,
do you have $15,000?
People like you who have a problem with trans people.
CEO, shut up and let her finish.
Hold on, wait 1 second. Y'all let her finish.
CEO, people like you who have a problem with trans people and gay people, and you feel the need to go vocalize it.
I don't have a problem with them. So what was your?
I
have a problem with teaching it. I have a problem with it being taught to our kids.
Y'all not even letting her finish. Y'all so busy trying to defend yourself. Let her
why
finish.
you are outwardly vocally and you feel the need to verse it out. Are you curious? Are you mad because they are not fearful to live outside
our
and be
children.
themselves? Does
I
that
don't
scare
believe we
you?
should be giving puberty blockers to our kids so they can have sex
Okay,
change.
hold on. Wait, you're switching the conversation. Y'all shut the fuck up so I can say something to y'all.
I wish people. No, why would you speak?
Benita, are you done?
You're saying that is misinformation. That's misinformation. Y'all love to skip over that shit.
That's misinformation.
Y'all want to talk about everything else except these goddamn kids.
You don't even care about the kids. You don't care about the kids.
Okay,
you don't even care about the kids. Are you donating to organizations to make sure children don't go hungry? Are you doing anything else for the children? No.
Okay, so hold on, wait 1 second. CEO, what about the children?
Good morning, Diamond. Good morning, panel. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, what about the kids? Nigga, get to the point.
You don't care about the damn kids. This is what they push on that Democratic side. They believe that kids should be given. They already doing this, giving kids puberty blockers so they can transition.
CEO, don't you know that their parents are allowing them to get?
They won't let you talk about this
their
shit.
parents.
They won't let you talk
Are you
about
going to
this
override
shit.
their parents letting
Are
them?
you gonna overtalk me?
Yeah,
Are you gonna overtalk me or let me talk?
I came up here and I chose.
You was over talking. Hold on, Miss Benita. Hold on, Miss Benita.
Let me talk.
Let him say what he got to say. Because what you said about the kids? What you saying about the kids? Go ahead.
They want to talk about
Miss Benita, let him talk. Let him talk himself into a grave. Go ahead.
Everything else but this.
So I'm gonna say this.
This is how you get them. you got to protect the babies. They believe in giving puberty blockers to young kids. Tim Walz wants to. Tim Walz.
No,
If you go to a bathroom, a men's bathroom in a state where Tim Walz
we
is
went
from,
from
I think it's
kids to
Minnesota,
bathroom.
that man put tampons. That man put tampons in the men's restroom.
We went from kids to bathroom.
We don't fucking
believe
from
in that.
kids
to bathroom.
No.
We went from
That
kids to
man put
bathroom.
tampons in the men's fucking restroom.
Why did he put tampons in the men locker room?
With this shit.
CEO, do you have
Y'all
children?
are sick with this shit.
No,
you have
you're
children?
sick. You're
Y'all
the
are
one
sick.
that's sick.
Y'all want to
You're the one that's
y'all
sick.
give puberty blockers to babies, to these young underage kids. These kids ain't old enough to buy guns.
Can you shut up?
enough to
Because I'm
sex
finna
change?
correct you. I'm finna correct
They
you.
old
Can you
enough
mute?
to have sex changes at 12 years old.
Okay, first off, thank you. Good morning, Diamond.
Good morning.
First off, children aren't being given puberty blockers. That's false. You need to do some research. Children who are given puberty blockers may not even be trans. There are children that go through precocious puberty that need them, so they have to stop or delay it before they go through puberty too early. There are many reasons why a child may be on puberty blockers, but it's not always because they're trans. So that's misinformation right there. You went and talked about the children, but you don't care about the children. A lot of people don't. They only use that as a talking point. But none of y'all are out making sure children aren't going hungry, over the summer when school is out. You aren't donating to organizations. You aren't going out buying them clothes or anything. So why do you always try to use children as a shield when y'all are coming at the LGBTQ? Like, it shows your bigotry and how little you know. So I would like for you to stop doing that, because you see how you went from children to a bathroom and tampons. Bro, what is you talking about? Where's your mind at? You are worried about the wrong motherfucking thing. How are you a CEO but giving basic level employee? Like, don't sit up here and perpetuate misinformation, because that's harmful and dangerous to the entire community, especially Black people and Black trans people especially. So I would like for you to stop sitting up here on this panel and talking about the trans community, because you don't know shit. Stay in your motherfucking lane. And that's all I say.
Yeah, so the over sexualization of Black children and the LGBTQIA community is ridiculous. You're talking about puberty blockers and such things when you're concerned about everybody else's kid except your own, if you have them or not, whatever. Why are you putting so much energy in something that you're not involved in? Stop over sexualizing children. Stop doing that weird stuff that people be talking about. When we call you predators, you sound like one. Stop doing that. Again, CEO who? CEO nothing. You can't be nobody's CEO, because you would never talk like this to your employees. You would never talk like this to anybody else that is employed with you, because there's no way that you can sit here and talk like this, talking about what are we doing to the kids? What are we doing? Like, come on now. And I'm done right now. You can switch me up, Diamond. By the way, hey.
Hey.
Hey, Diamond. Sometimes it requires a little disruption. Even yesterday, I noticed I got at least 2 or 3 pots is right. Out of all that shit, what they saying, well, my shit come off as commotion, but I got a couple. I even got one from Alex. She said Potts is right, but a few talking points here, there, this. Now, let me just get into it. Like they say, a house divided against itself can't stand. So when I speak about the politics, I got that word from Bob Marley, politics, I'm speaking as a whole, as an indigenous person to this planet. Why are we paying to live? Oh, because they came up with this ideal, just like they come up with all these other ideals, God is a man by himself. The woman is the cause of all the problems. Oh, you can be anything you want to be. Like Piers Morgan was doing an interview and he said, if you can be what you want to be, why can't he be a black lesbian? This Piers Morgan, the girl, the black girl on the panel almost spit her water out. Like, this is what he's saying, because they're playing in your mind, humans, and your imagination. So if people want to act like it's just normal because when they were born, it was already going on, that don't give it normality. That don't give it normality. They're trying to corrupt the souls of humans, and y'all don't want to see it. Just like capitalism is greed. The average CEO makes 400 and some % higher than the average employee. So when they did move shit overseas, it was only for them, the people at the top, to grab more. It wasn't to help the economy and the people, us, the average person out here. Why are we paying to live as humans? Nobody can answer that question, but only humans pay to live, who's supposed to be the smartest on the planet. Why would you make it hard for your own self, humans, and then play this game called politics, this side and that side? And all of us came from a man and a woman, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll be brief. I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone, but I do encourage us all to please just think about the impacts that Trump will have. I don't even really think that he's going to be the one making decisions. He's clearly not competent. He's the front runner, he's the face, but Heritage Foundation, Project 2025, JD Vance, all these people who actually have the thoughts and the plans, they're using him to get into office. I fully believe that that would be our last election if we let him win. We just can't let him win. I honestly, I'm thinking about moving if Trump wins. Like, I will have to flee this country. I honestly, I can't see a way where we survive, we thrive, any of that. I can understand how people get distracted by talks of trans people, trans kids, and things like that. That's a conversation for a different day. Everyone has their own different opinions and things like that. I personally believe that people should be able to do what they want. If you're not hurting anybody, I truly don't care, you know? But I think Trump and the Republicans use that to manipulate people into their side. See, they want to make your kids gay and stuff like that, crazy stuff like that. They use that to lure you in. But in the end, you're also on the chopping block. They don't care about Black men. Women, none of us. They care about themselves and money. They're greedy, they're racist, and they don't have anything good to offer this world. And it's crazy to see how many people can get manipulated into their lies and they're just, I get really upset about it because I just see it. It's the fact that this race is even close is crazy. He's incompetent. He has no qualifications. He's literally just running on the fact that he's a white man, and that's it. And she is so qualified, and people don't want to vote for her because she's Black.
She said Trump is incompetent. Wow. Kamala can't finish a sentence, right? Well, I swear, liberals, I'm not the same person I used to be 10, 15, 20 years ago, right? I just turned 40 yesterday. I'm from Texas. Texas is really conservative, and that has grown on me, right? Say I'm not a CEO. I'm not just an employee. I used to own a trucking company since 2014. I know probably 100 men that have lost their trucking company because our economy is shit, right? Kamala, if she becomes president, it's no telling what this country gonna look like. She done already let 20 million illegal immigrants into our country. This shit, we can't afford housing because of that. We're competing with 10 illegal people living in one house while we're trying to afford the same house. It's hard out here. I've been in my own house providing for my family, so I can speak on this kind of shit, right? Y'all want to sit here and allow these kids, y'all teaching this stuff to our kids. Y'all want to teach them about, just shit that's inappropriate. Leave that up to the parents. That's my only issue when it comes to the LGBT community. If whatever your preference is, your choice, hey, that's fine. I have no issue with that. I'm not here to judge you. My thing is, don't bring that shit to our kids. But I noticed that the reason why y'all do push that shit onto our kids because you can't have kids of your own. 2 women can't have a kid, so y'all have to come for our kids. And that's the shit that I have an issue with. Don't get up here and sit here and make this seem like I'm just pulling this out of nowhere when we see this all day, every day on the news. They believe in puberty blockers for kids, sex changes for kids.
You are pulling it out of nowhere, but whatever. Go off. Anyway, we finna talk about some real shit. The issue is this. Y'all, like when it comes to like whatever you want to call yourself, is intersectionality in the Black community. People do not understand that. They don't understand what it looks like to be a Black woman in the Black community. They don't look like what it looks like to be a gay person in the Black community. They don't look at that, you know? All y'all do is want everything to be handed to y'all so y'all can feel better about yourselves. Fuck all that. Ain't nobody sitting up here trying to make sure that everybody feel good, because y'all don't make nobody else feel good. The Black women are the most educated people in the entire country. And have you celebrated that? I don't see no parades. I see no parades. Diamond been doing this shit for how long? For how many years? I don't see no parades. She got to throw her own party. Come on. Y'all not doing shit. Y'all are worthless. But let's go. Let me off, Diamond. I'm done. I ain't want to talk to them. I ain't got nothing to say.
Okay, babe.
Okay. I want to make sure I hit everything. Okay, Potts. I hear and feel
You sound low, babe. We can't hear you.
Okay. Is that better?
No,
Hear me now?
Say something again.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, that's better.
Okay. So Potts, I hear you and feel you on the theory of we humans and we shouldn't be paying to live. But your time to shine on talking and preaching that shit is in between elections and when everybody is in after everybody is doing good. Not at the 11th hour before election time, because there's always Negroes like you who decide you want to, that's the extent of your political contribution, is we shouldn't have to pay and live on this earth. You need, like old girl said, you should find your local activist and put that to use. Now, CEO, do you know what a CEO stand for? For the point that you were making, if you lost your trucking business during that time of the pandemic, that's because you weren't smart with your business skills and business decisions. And also, you don't give a shit about kids, because if you cared about kids, you would care about the decisions that their parents allowed for their children to make, the decisions that they supported their children on making. That's how you care about kids. Not you worrying about what decisions the parents think are best for their children. That's how.
I don't disagree at all. But anyway, I don't know. Whenever I hear people make comments about it's damaging the kids, you know what else is damaging the kids? The fact that you don't sit down long enough to read with them, teach them that their name is not Yellow or Chit or Shoe, or that it's actually Jamal. Niggas, somebody's teaching LGBTQ, or that there's other intersectionalities that we should care about. It's not harming children. Some of y'all be talking about y'all 3-year-olds got boyfriends and girlfriends. That's the same thing that y'all talking about LGBTQ people are allegedly doing, which is grooming your children. Talking about your son is fine and he gonna be heartbreaker. All of that stuff is still putting things into the mind of children. But the minute that you see somebody different, of a different intersex than you, and all of a sudden you want to fixate on what's wrong to the kids. Some of y'all you can't even name your children's best friend or their favorite teacher, but you want to talk about what's fucking up the kids. Be fucking for real. In terms of people like you, CEO, you damage the community way more than you realize. You get up here every chance you get spewing nothing but hatred. Nothing. Most of the shit that come out your mouth is so egregious. I don't even know how you stand yourself.
It's so weird at this point. The black woman did this, the black woman did that. You come up here and disrespect black women every chance you get. The best part of your year so far is that you made it to another birthday yesterday. Other than that, you're disgusting. I feel bad for a lot of y'all mothers. They spent all that time in labor just for y'all to get on panels and scream about your hatred and vitriol for black women. Baby, I would have been at the clinic if I would have known that this is how some of y'all would have turned out. Disgusting. And I'm not taking it back. It's weird. Y'all don't do all of these Q&As when it comes to black men or other male politicians within your cities, within your state. You go with it because you don't know anything else. But not everybody wants to be intellectually sound when it comes to policing a black woman and what she'll do for this country. It's clown work. Take the clown shoes off and just say that you hate a black woman or the idea of a black woman in office. It's simple.
Y'all tap the screen, you guys. I am shadow banned, y'all. I am not on the FYP. Can we get y'all to 500K taps, you guys? Can we get to 500K taps? Please. Hashtag FYP in the comments, y'all. Hashtag FYP in the comments. We are on the Diamond Show page, y'all. If you're not following this page, y'all follow the host. Monday through Friday, starting at 6 a.m. Eastern time. Good morning, Vince.
What's up? Yesterday I came up, but I had to leave for work, so I apologize for that. I just want to talk about the $250 billion that went to Ukraine. Now, my math may not be all accurate, but there's been a lot of money that's been sent to Ukraine. There's been a lot of money that's been sent to Israel on the Democrats' side. Now, I'm just trying to figure out why these topics is not being brought up when the American people can't get nothing. We don't get nothing. The country, these people send all this money everywhere else except take care of the people at home. And that's very bothering to me that nobody brings these topics up, that the country is $35 trillion in debt. And the Democrats for the last 3.5 years have done absolutely nothing. Nothing. So I don't understand this Donald Trump talk when Donald Trump hasn't even been in office the last 3.5 years. But y'all want to keep talking about what Donald Trump's going to do when he's in office. Well, he was already in office. So all this bad stuff that y'all talking about that he was going to do, why he ain't do it in his first term? Why is he already done it? But now all of a sudden, if he's president again, I'm going to move out the country and all this whack fucking crazy shit y'all talking on this TikTok. At the end of the day, if you ain't got food and water stocked up, you're going to be in trouble. That's all I got to say.
Hashtag FYP in the comments, y'all. Hashtag FYP in the comments. I am shadow banned, you guys. Tap the screen. Hey, Chastity.
Good morning, Diamond. I got some important announcements. Underlay. Holla, E-I, E-I, get that head right. He'll be there every night. Now, I want to talk about this. They got some toys at Family Dollars. Christmas is coming up. I know y'all get them $62 in child support. So take $20, buy 4 gifts. Put that to the side. Then on top of that, Walmart got some clearances coming up, $2.50 on the grindables. Get them ready for them kids, because y'all know y'all baby daddies is not going to show up.
She got to call y'all. Hashtag FYP in the comments, y'all. Hashtag FYP in the comments, y'all. I am still shadow banned. You guys, hashtag FYP in the comments, y'all. Can we get to 500K taps? Please. Can we get to 500K taps, y'all? People cannot find me. Okay, go ahead.
Salvation Army is doing kids funding. Y'all get them bags together, go fill it out so y'all get them t-shirts, socks, and them candy canes and stuff.
Hashtag y'all FYP in the comments, y'all. Tap the screen. Let's get to a 500K taps, y'all. Let's do a quick power tap, y'all. We got 1.7K in here. Let's do a quick power tap.
Mr. Leroy, them still out there. Y'all get them $40 and add them up, because a lot of y'all is missing out on them school churn clothes. When the time is coming up, y'all need to go by the Goodwill and get them jackets and stuff. Stop acting like y'all is too rich to do things, because after a while, when Trump get in office, y'all ain't gonna be able to buy shit. So get out there and get them canned goods together, get all that stuff raised up, because soon as he put foot in office, Walmart is going to be pulling more than just the food off the shelves. So I want y'all to go ahead and get them churn together. That's how you prepare.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
I just heard the conversation, so thank you for letting me join real quick. I know we got a limited amount of time, so I just want to say shout out to the room, shout out to the host. You're being shadow banned because of the topic, you know that, right? So I'll just say that. Let me just start off really quick by saying the reason why we can't go back to Trump is because he's a felon, and he is also partnered with foreign agencies that are against the U.S. It's kind of pointless to even have the conversation. You may love the fact that he got you money, but he also spent $11.5 trillion to send money away to China, Saudi Arabia, to work against American interests. So if you want to have somebody who works against American interests, by all means, go ahead and vote for him. I love that everyone's talking about the political process, but Trump is not your solution. The reason why I want Kamala, and her name is Kamala Harris, not Kamala, is because she's the most qualified person we've ever had. And we've had men try this 1,000 times and they failed. So let's give a woman a chance, see what she can do, and then tell me all the things you think why she'll fail when she actually has the position. She's the most qualified person we've ever had, but y'all are using her race, her sexuality, everything else other than her actual qualifications and her experience to say that she ain't qualified. Even though she's been the first Black senator as a woman, she's been the first Black VP who's actually done the work. She knows policy better than anybody else probably in this room, and yet you guys are talking about how she's not qualified because Trump gave you what? Some tax benefits? Make it make sense, y'all. Come on, get it together. Y'all want to vote for a dictatorship? That's fine. But let me just tell you, it's not doom and gloom. Democracy isn't going anywhere tomorrow just because Trump gets elected. We have a whole system. Make sure to also vote down ballot, not just for your president. That's all I had to say. Thank you for the time, though. Y'all take care.
I came back. I wanted to just do a round take. I came back. I just wanted to do a round take because I heard niggas was on some fuck shit. Because I was gonna take a break. I was gonna jump down. Woo! So someone up here said that Trump, while we focusing on Trump, for starters, y'all need to look up what bipartisanship is and why our two-party system is harmful as fuck to Black people. Okay, a lot of them bills that are being passed and laws being pushed forth is due to bipartisanship within Congress, and how a lot of times those legislations have to be supported by a Republican-controlled Congress. Secondly, when we talk about Trump, who became the first sitting and former president to be impeached not once but twice, that's what we have to also look into because of the fuck shit he did while he was in office and after he left. This man literally incited violence on the American Republic. His Trump supporting pieces of shit marched down down Pennsylvania Avenue into the Capitol building because he had the belief that the election was stolen, even though 81 million people went and voted against to get removed out of office. I don't understand why we have to have these conversations because it's silly. Also, it'd be these old, decrepit, dust, must bucket, old, crazy looking ass Black men that get on these panels and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Y'all niggas don't know what the fuck you be talking about. Okay, y'all don't know what politics and the economy is because all y'all ever motherfucking do is clock and critique what Black women do. This shit is not rocket science. You motherfuckers just how y'all niggas take the time out of your day to watch NFL. You could also take the time out your unbusy fucking schedules to do research on what the fuck is going on in our respective government. Okay. Gen Z for Harris. You could pass me.
Y'all tap the screen, you guys. Can we get a power tap? You guys, can we get a power tap? Y'all, can we get the 500K? Can we get the 500K? Please, y'all, tap the screen,
Yo, so I just want to bring up what CEO was saying up before when you were literally just.
Page.
I'm sorry?
I thought you was a fake page.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's my picture. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But it's Gucci. I get that often. But CEO, I just want to say something real quick. You were simply attacking the LGBTQ community, especially without even considering that Black people are also part of that community, right? For us to continue to grow and try to have progressive conversations, that we have to normalize certain places so that we can put people that look like us in places of power so that we can get things done, right? One thing that you started saying was, the reason why LGBTQ people want to teach LGBTQ things in school is because we don't have kids of our own. That's why we want to do that so that we can control and what y'all kids do. Let me bring this idea up to you, okay? Because this is actual fact. There are no conforming camps that gay people have made to conform straight people into being gay. That is not a real thing. That is not real anywhere you put it. But there are plenty of conforming camps to change our LGBTQ brothers straight and aligned in the ways that you see fit, not in the way that they have been called to be, but how you see fit. You're talking about the very small percentage of maybe bathrooms that are either shared or men's bathrooms that have tampons in them. What about single fathers who maybe need to go ahead and grab something for their daughter real quick? You're taking away from the validity of men just being men and standing as men without feeling attacked that some femininity is walking around. Just because someone does not match with the masculinity that you carry does not mean that you can denounce their masculinity, their how much they are worth, or anything like that. For you to also say that we want to control your kids is ridiculous. We want your kids to be their true, authentic selves without any kind of like judgment that y'all give.
And I'm gonna need to
Hey, but in 2014, it was a landmark case that the LGBT community could add more of their content into cartoons and children's entertainment.
I got it.
So no, but he came up and said it's not an agenda and all the shit saying was fake. So that is a part. Hold on, let me land on my plane though, because I heard you, Sakani, and I'm not against no human. I love all human beings, but it is counterproductive because all of us came from a man and a woman. So it is counterproductive to the human
And
being.
certain biblical fixtures. They don't
Wait, no. Wait a minute. It's counterproductive.
Very counterproductive. What's actually counterproductive? To human beings. Let's start there, because y'all need to learn how to have conversations. What is counterproductive? Let's start there.
What I'm saying is
it's on this earth to reproduce.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not. Listen, no, but Alex is sensitive about this subject. Hold on. Let me just speak. I'm not screaming over nobody, Alex. I'm not screaming over anyone.
I wasn't talking to you.
Talking about the other one, hollering. We can't hear.
Right hand corner, like shut the fuck up. Everybody wasn't put on the earth to reproduce. Everybody wasn't gonna have fucking kids.
Your weird ass wasn't on this earth to reproduce. Don't say everybody wasn't, because you chose the weird way. Because your ass chose the weird way. Because your ass can't get a woman. That ain't our fault. Because you don't want to be a straight man. Because you can't get a woman, so you had to go to the other side. That ain't our problem. Put some bass in your voice before you address me. Put some bass in your voice before you address me, brother. Put some bass in your voice before you address me.
What about? Fuck is you talking to?
What did you talk about? You ain't even got no bass in your voice, and you a man. You better motherfucking drop that nutsack. You better put some bass in your voice. Fuck is you talking about?
Ladies, I need y'all to take notes. Any man that comes up and attacks somebody's sexuality, masculinity, femininity, it's a red flag, and it's pretty motherfucking obvious. Y'all get up here every motherfucking day, and y'all do this. Like, come on now. Let's be so fucking for. Why are y'all so concerned with who people sleep with, what they do in their personal life, what they identify as? Like, come on. Let's be so fucking for real. Y'all always do this shit, and it's like y'all are intimidated by Javon, Sauce, and all the other men that come up here and stand on business and don't preach the same bigotry that y'all want to preach. Y'all motherfuckers got some serious issue that y'all need to work on. Y'all need to go heal, find therapy or something, because this is fucking ridiculous. We're having a conversation about politics, and now we're over here defending the LGBTQ because a couple of you bigots have an issue. Y'all are still using and weaponizing the same tired ass talking points that don't get anywhere. It's like y'all are falling for the trap. Y'all are taking it because y'all don't do any real research. Y'all don't take in any real information. Y'all are just as gullible as the next bitch. Be so fucking for real. Stop worried about what people do in their personal lives. Stop worrying about the LGBTQ if you're not in it. If you have a problem with it, worry about yourself. Stop worrying about us, because I can guarantee you we're not checking for y'all. And this bullshit about the kids that y'all keep bringing up, it is not true. And again, none of y'all are doctors, therapists, psychologists, endocrinologists, any of that. And that is up between the parents and their team of doctors and all of that. So leave the children out of it. Leave the LGBTQ out of it, especially if you're a bigot, because it is pointless. We are talking to ignorant ass people up here. Y'all men get up here and prove the motherfucking point every goddamn time. Y'all are sad and pathetic. Grow up.
Sad and pathetic, but I've never seen a dress in the men's department. You a man, but you wearing a fucking dress with wigs and shit? That's for a woman. That's made for a fucking woman. Ain't no reason why a man should be walking around with a fucking dress and high heels on. What kind of weirdo shit y'all on? Huh? I'm an 80s baby. We ain't see none of that shit in the 90s and 2000s. All this weird ass shit now y'all got going on. Men dressing up as women. Those are women's clothing. It's for a woman for a reason. It ain't for a man to be putting on women's fucking clothing. Fuck is wrong with y'all? And then you want to talk about, oh, we weird and straight men is weird and all this. No, you weird, motherfucker. You wearing a fucking wig that's made for a woman. You putting on lipstick and shit that's made for a fucking woman. Fuck you mean who's weird? You weird. Your motherfucking mom and dad didn't teach you right. If you wearing high heels and a skirt and you a fucking man. Fuck out of here with that dumbass shit. You don't talk that dumbass shit to me. And put some bass in your voice. You a man. Sound like a fucking man over here trying to sound like a woman. Let a woman have her fucking place and be a woman and stay in the man zone and be a fucking man and stop trying to be a fucking woman. Fuck wrong with y'all dudes? Sound fucking crazy on here talking about the LGBT. Man, y'all need to go to another fucking country with that shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit is all out of whack. And I did see a video on TikTok where it was a parade, a LGBT or whatever the fucking parade. And they were talking about, we coming for your kids. We're coming for your kids. This was on TikTok. I seen the video. So don't tell me about that dumbass bullshit. Y'all be sounding weird on this motherfucker. You are a man. Put on some motherfucking pants. Put on some sneakers. Stop trying to wear wigs and motherfucking dresses because that shit is not in the fucking men's department. All right, go to the women's department. That's where the dresses is in the women's department, not the men's department.
You was trying to speak, Diamond. You was saying something.
I'll ask them when I.
Okay, so yeah, like that's why, I be trying to soften the blow, when I say what I'm saying. Now, all I said was there was a landmark case back in 2013, 14, as you can look it up, where the Alphabet, I call them the Alphabet Gang, had they wanted to put more of their content into the cartoons. Now, if you are that as an adult, okay, that's fine. But when you targeting the children and then you say that's not what they're doing, we're just having our right to be who we are open freely. But why do that? Because it did take a man and a woman to get us here. See, I tried to soften the blow the way I'm saying it, but they don't want it that way. So now my man come up here and just outright say it, and it sounds very harsh, but still what he's saying is, when you're going against nature, we talk a lot about nature, especially Potts, you're going against nature when you feel, okay, this is how I'm going to live because I'm thinking I can. You see, and I talked about that before. The first Jedi mind trick was God was a man by himself without a woman, but everything comes from a female. The second Jedi mind trick was this ideal of money really means something, but only humans need it, from the ant to the elephant. But, it's been going on before we was born, so we accept it. Now, this third big Jedi mind trick coming up is this one that I'm in the wrong body. That they just playing in humans' mind while we sitting around here trying to figure out they going to take all the shit off the shelves like Chastity said. They going to take everything off the shelves. So now when I ask y'all the question, all my big brains out there, why are humans making it hard for humans if they're loving humans like me and you? If I was in power, I wouldn't make it hard for my fellow brethren and sister.
Okay. Well, y'all heard of Charles, your lunch is ready. Well, Vince, hey, Vince, give me 1 second. Your casket's ready. So let's have a conversation. I don't understand why y'all say the most outlandish shit out your mouths, right? Vince, just stop breathing. Stop living. Don't say shit. You talk too much. It would be safer for Black people if you would just go. You see how Kevin Samuels just passed away, poof, right? Like went, left, and it's been very better. I think you need to do the same. I think you and any other man that comes up here and espouses fucked up rhetoric and dangerous ass, harmful ass rhetoric, join him. Just do that. Stop living. Okay. y'all so bothered by LGBTQIA plus people and you don't like how they live or what they do in their lifetime, then just go. Okay. I think God would accept you at the heavenly gates. Just fucking go. There's a night, like just take a dirt nap for life. Here comes the ambulance for you down my fucking block. You sound stupid. For real. We're well off past the topic. But we're trying to say and educate people when we're literally 2 weeks away from election day. And you fuck niggas are coming up here, as always, bringing up transgender people unfucking provoked. And this is exactly why they say that us as a heterosexual people are fucking dangerous as fuck. You niggas prove the point every fucking time. Every time. Okay? Rinse. Your casket's ready. You can pass me.
Okay. Y'all tap the screen, y'all tap the screen, y'all. Can I get 100 shares, y'all? Can I get 100 shares? Can we get the 500 taps, y'all? Can we get the 500K taps, y'all?
Charles, your lunch is ready. Hey, okay, this is not a laughing matter, but hey, I love it how y'all sit here and say that Kamala is the best, and I don't give a damn about pronouncing her name right. It's Kamala, Scamala. She's scamming the whole damn world. They didn't even want her to be the first the Democratic nominee. They just pushed her in there. Why? Because she don't speak for herself. They're gonna control her like they did Biden ass. I just love how y'all sit here and say she is the best person for this position. She done let over 20 million illegal immigrants into our country as the head of the border czar. That was her job, to protect the border. And what did she do? She done let 20 million illegal immigrants into this country, right? And y'all sit here and support that shit. This the same woman that put a Planned Parenthood outside of her rally. And y'all want to bash us, men that believe in God and want to live a conservative type of lifestyle. Y'all want to make us seem like the bad guy. Y'all want to make Trump seem like the bad guy because he don't want biological men playing against women in women's sports, right? Trump is the bad guy for not wanting men to use women's restrooms, right? This shit is asinine. This shit is crazy the way y'all get up here and try to twist this shit, man. But I see what y'all do. Y'all don't give a damn about nobody else except y'all small ass LGBT community. Y'all will destroy this whole country just to push that shit forward. And I see that. And it's clear as day. And it's truly sad.
So once again, you bring up the fact that the LGBT community is doing so much to now damage all of America, right? And then you also brought up the fact that if Kamala Harris, being the border czar, which she was told to address the border, but she was never told that she was in charge of the border. Okay, she never was told that she needs to stand at the border and count and make sure people aren't coming over, right? And currently, we're having less border crossings than we've had since Donald Trump has been. Actually, we have less border crossing in general, way far less than when Donald Trump was active. And Donald Trump was also active during COVID. So that also cut down a lot of border crossings because the border wasn't a pandemic. With 200 million immigrants coming over, I would think that like maybe if Donald Trump had an actual plan, like the potential wall that he said he was going to build, that he would have that would actually help with that plan. But with him saying in the term that he was in that he was going to pay, that Mexico was going to pay for the wall, that Mexico was going to do all these things so that we wouldn't have these immigrants come in. How much of that wall was made? It was less than 1% that wall was made, and only 3% that wall that was put, or actually it was less than 4% that wall was made, and 3% that wall wasn't new walls that were built, it was just replacements for where they already were. So he didn't do shit, as much as you're saying. Now, when you talk about the LGBT representation when it comes to cinema, we can break that down because there are facts. In the beginning, people literally put the LGBT community as a negative annotation in cartoons to deter children from potentially ever being gay. Once again, another survival tactic to keep kids from being who they are. It has nothing to do with us telling, oh, you're gay, you're going to be gay. That's not what we do. We're saying be true to who you are. If you happen to like men, then that's cool. You are the ones being fear mongers and haters and telling them oh, if you like men, there's something wrong with you. Currently, there is less than what 11% of representation for LGBTQ. So you're still searching to hate for the small percentage that you're saying isn't right. That don't make no sense.
Okay, so
Honey, you sound low again.
oh, my bad. Had to pick my phone up. Okay, so at the end of the day, I came up here about politics. So I want to say it don't matter what people are doing in their bedroom, how they are choosing to live their everyday life, as long as you leave them the hell alone and let them live their life. But when it comes to this politics, it affects everyone, whether you care about politics or not. Anybody who is receiving any type of government assistance, whether it be Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, or government checks, you need to inform yourself of policies on who is working for your good and who's not. Also, I'll add that note that if you are on any type of government assistance, Trump ain't for you. He ain't for you. You need to go ahead and read that Project 2025, because that is the Republican marching orders. It ain't only Trump's plan. A lot of Trump's people wrote it, but the Republican marching orders, whatever Republican gets into office, they talking about eliminating all that. So all them people who talking about we got to help each other, yeah, you really gonna be helping each other.
Cash App message says, take this shit off of Showtime, Diamond. They're yelling at me, y'all. They want to hear the hooping and hollering. Okay, we're gonna be off Showtime in a second.
I can give you hooping and hollering because it's a whole bunch of foolishness. Because I'll say this last 9 seconds. Everybody that's worried about gay and lesbian people, show me your porn search history.
Ooh. So I'll say this: Gladys Bentley, Bayer Rustin, Stormy Day LaVerrie, James Baldwin, Lorraine Hansberry, Audre Lorde, Ernestine Eckstein, Barbara Jordan, Marsha P. Johnson, Pauli Murray, right? Those are all people that were a part of the LGBTQIA community, or identified as queer people that fought for y'all black ass rights. More specifically, the niggas that keep coming up here shitting on queer people. Imagine the very people that y'all have disgust for and a disdain for fought for your black ass rights. That's why I keep telling them, put the fist down and stop marching for these niggas. Let these niggas go out by natural selection. They don't deserve it at all. Okay, here's 2 books before we get back to screaming and hollering and being ignorant niggas all together. The Miseducation of the Negro is one book that we should read. And if you didn't catch it, Diamond has clips on her YouTube. You can replay this live. And Become an Abolitionist. I think that those are 2 books that we can start with as a community, just to kind of get a clear understanding of how indoctrinated y'all are with a lot of the rhetoric that y'all use day to day. It's insanity. Lastly, you know how funny it is to, as a black man in America, to say y'all are trying to ruin the country by putting a black woman in country. When white people have colonized every group of people on the earth, they've stripped they've stripped everybody of everything that they've had. We are still rebuilding our communities. Every group of people can tell you what white people have done to ruin the fucking world. Yet you think that a black woman coming into office is the end all be all for the world. You can't make this shit up. And this is why I agree with Javon. Some of you niggas gotta go. And like Dr. Umar Johnson said, y'all have to be put down. And it sounds harsh, but the more that y'all stick around, especially putting the bullshit into these kids' heads, you're ruining our fucking community, and you're the ones ruining the world. Y'all kids are not gonna get jobs because y'all homophobic, because you're teaching them a bunch of bullshit. More people than straight people exist in this world. Get over it.
Like
Diamond, I remember one time you was finna do a show. You was like, "We gonna talk about banking this morning." They was in the comments. No, Diamond, please, no. We want the mess. We want the mess.
Cash App message. If y'all want porn, don't vote. Don't vote for Trump. Look it up.
Disgusting. Like they literally they want to. Some of these people are parents talking about it's only one way to be, and then your kid get to work and start calling people gay and coming at their sexuality, and you wonder why your baby gonna be unemployed. Y'all hatred for LGBTQ people is so bad that you don't even understand. You're fucking up your own career. This is a new era. People been gay. Niggas been gay for centuries. Because you, and then I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut the fuck up because I know you want to talk. If being straight is so good, how come so many of y'all got broken homes? Half of y'all can't stay together. You keep having kids you can't afford. You can't figure out what your kids like, and that you pushing sexuality onto them, and your kids are straight and they still hate your straight ass. They can't maintain relationships either. If being straight is so good and being queer is so wrong, why are y'all so unstable as straight people? Why are y'all
Alex, you just sat here and quoted Dr.
I need you to answer the question. I don't need semantics. Answer the question. Just answer the question. Answer the question. If being straight is so right and reproductive is so right, why can't y'all afford your kids? Why can't you afford your kids if reproducing with man and woman is right? Why can't you afford your kids?
CEO, I feel like you're missing
Answer
the
the
point.
question.
And I feel like because you're missing the point, you are being disingenuous and refusing to grow as an individual. Because you continue to scream and yell a direct narrative that has nothing to do with growth, that's why you're going to be stunted. And that's why when the young lady just said, you being left behind is actually a thing.
Why can't they maintain healthy households for their kids?
To y'all for money.
Oh, you want to talk about pandering? Hang on. Can we talk about pandering? No, hang on. You're talking about pandering? Like Elon Musk pandered $1 million to Trump supporters to continue to vote for Trump every day? You're talking about pandering when Trump was on the news, literally giving money out into people in grocery stores, passing out Bibles with money in it, saying, hey, this is good for you because there's money in it. Vote for me. That's actually illegal. That's actually illegal. That's actually illegal. And yet you're saying that but yet you're going to continue to vote for this person? You're going to vote for someone who's actually
But you're going to vote for a woman that can't answer no questions? But you're going to vote for a woman that can't answer no questions. Every time she's on the panel, she can't answer no fucking questions. But you're going to vote for a woman that can't answer no questions. You sound stupid right now. You sound stupid right now. Y'all voting for a woman that can't answer no questions. Every time she's on the panel, she can't answer no questions. But you want to vote for her? You want to vote for a woman that can't answer no questions? You sound stupid right now.
Hey, y'all, we gotta find balance.
You want to vote for a woman that can't answer no questions? She can't answer no questions.
Yo, we gotta find balance in between this and Showtime. Y'all, we gotta find we gotta find balance. Vince, hear me out. We gotta. But Vince, hear me out.
Answer no questions.
So you're gonna say another 50 times?
We gotta find balance in between this and Showtime, guys. We gotta find balance in between this and Showtime. Find some balance.
Right, Vince, you over here yelling the same narrative over and over again, not hearing nobody else.
So Diamond, mark my words, and I'm actually just going to drop because the level of ignorance here is ridiculous. Mark my words. As of today, there's going to be years from now that we can watch this episode of The Diamond Show. The same niggas that are extremely and violently homophobic, transphobic.
I'm not a nigga. I'm not a nigga.
Sorry,
you
man.
need to change that. I'm not a nigga. I'm a black man. I'm not a nigga. So you better correct that really fast. I'm a black man. I'm not a nigga. So you need to correct that really fast. What you talking about? You sound stupid as hell. You sound stupid as hell. Don't vote for Kamala because she's a woman, because that's what y'all doing anyway. Y'all want to see the first woman president that can't answer no fucking questions. She can't answer no questions.
Finish my sentence, please. I said I'm sorry. Okay. At the end of the day, we're going to come back to these clips because this is how history repeats itself. The bunch of people that are on this app, whatever you identify on, or in this live, that are so violently homophobic and transphobic and anti-LGBTQIA, when shit hits the fan, especially for the black man that's regurgitated this harmful rhetoric, you know, the first people doors you're going to be knocking on is the LGBTQIA. Because even during the protest,
you know, nobody's door, because my house is very secure. My house is very secure.
Why are you yelling?
So I ain't knocking on nobody's door.
Why are you still yelling? I don't understand.
You sound stupid. Because I can do what I want to do. That's why.
It's not about what you want.
Put some bass in your voice. Stop wearing women's clothing. Put some bass in your voice and stop wearing women's clothing. And that's acceptable. It's acceptable to wear women's clothing. You sound stupid. You look.
Why are you so pressed about me, bitch?
Hold on, wait. You're a man. Because you're a man. And you need to represent as a man, not as a woman. You don't come in this world as a woman.
When your mom had you, they said, and the doctor looked between your legs. The doctor said it was a boy. The doctor told your mother it was a boy. So you need to fucking grow up and be a boy.
You're mad because your punk ass can't live in your truth, bitch. Shut the fuck up and don't speak to me.
Okay, so y'all hold on one second.
Dresses and wigs and shit.
Oh my God.
Hold on one second. So hold on one second. Vince, they paid to drop you with no final words, honey.
I just want to address something Miss Benita
I'm not
said.
done,
Miss
CEO. Let me finish and I'm leaving so you can have the
Alex.
panel.
Get that bullshit
At the
out.
end of the
Go
day,
ahead.
you can call it what you want, but even with the hatred that y'all have, I'm telling y'all now, y'all can call me every name in the book. But when it comes to what's about to happen in the next couple of years, y'all don't have to take it serious. All I'm asking
Alex, why
is
you block me, bro?
all I'm asking is this. All I'm asking is this.
Why you got
I'll
me
tell you
blocked,
why I
man?
blocked you. Can I please finish my sentence?
Unblock me, man.
Okay. At the end of the day, all I ask is that y'all leave queer people, LGBTQIA people out of y'all problems. When them people start to unalive y'all in massive rates, and to the women too that's gifting people like CEO, when stuff starts to happen to y'all children and stuff starts to happen to y'all, don't come knocking on people like myself and other people's doors to come help liberate y'all and march and protest and all of this. If you think that our existence is so diabolical to you, don't come asking for help. Y'all have all the answers to progress yourselves. You think white people are just so fantastic and that he's going to excel your life. Don't ask for people like myself and others to liberate you. You got it. Since we are just we shouldn't be existing. It's weird, it's uncommon, it's unnatural. Let all the unnatural shit we got going on be to the side. And when these white people give you a run for your money again, don't ask us for shit. Since y'all got it all together. Thank you, Diamond, for letting me have it. Y'all remain in y'all ignorance and see how that turned out for you.
And
White
real
lives
quick,
matter.
I also wanted to
Wait.
I hope they eat y'all ashes up these next couple of years.
JL June, would you like to say something?
We doomed.
Nah, she done block me. Unblock me, Alex. That bullshit.
I've been blocked with Alex. That ain't no big deal. But look at this. Listen at she been blocked me and she fuck with me. But let me just say this though. See, the reason why what can be dangerous about saying that is because, and I'm not even talking about the alphabet shit. I'm talking about the fact that humans are saying, okay, in a couple years it's going to be so bad. So you telling me now the earth is supposed to be abundant. It's supposed to have everything we need as humans. Fresh spring water, food, all of these things. But you telling me in the next couple years, with all this technology, $8 billion submarines and all these Teslas and all this technology humans then came up with in this day and age, in this modern time, it's going to be a food shortage. It's going to be a problem where people are trying to marginalize people again and ostracize people and put them in a situation where they can't survive on this planet. This is what we're preparing ourselves for. This is what politics is doing. This is what you're voting for, to make sure that you got an apple on a tree, but you got to go to the grocery store. Like Chastity said, they're going to clear the shelves at the grocery store and y'all going to be fighting over toilet tissue again like COVID for some reason. Only paper you can get your hand on is toilet tissue because your mind is so indoctrinated with the ideal of paper means something, i.e. money.
Potts, I fear that you're not paying attention.
No, Benita, you're not hearing what, listen, Miss Benita. But Miss Benita, listen at what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, Miss Benita. Miss Benita, what I'm saying is this. I understand you're going to give me the parts of the problem because this is how they presented it to you. But what I'm saying is humans have been here for thousands of years before this system came into place. So you're not going to tell me in the last couple hundred years, everything gets fucked up on the earth. And we got all this new modern technology. It's a man with a machine know how to turn air into water. But you don't hear nothing about it because your mind ain't there. So when I take y'all down these portals, you say, damn, he talking some good sense. McDonald's is on every corner, but they telling you she dropped the price of insulin. How about feed motherfuckers better? You won't need insulin because you won't be overweight. It's not sugar is not the problem. The body is fueled by glucose. It's the fact that a lot of us have too much fat where the sugar can't get in the cells. But see, they don't teach you that in school. Wait a minute now, because y'all trying to break down the system from within. Well, vote for this one or vote for that one. I'm 51. I wouldn't dare because I don't even want them to know that I'm stupid enough to believe that that shit means something when they telling me by 2050, since y'all want to throw these numbers out, by 2050, the next war diamond is going to be over water. Drinking water is going to be the next big war. Back in the 70s, a man said they're going to have people buying water. Everybody thought that man was crazy back in the 70s. Now they saying by 2050, which is 25 years from now. But 25 years from now, the next great calamity, the next great chaotic war is going to be for water.
Okay,
Pops, did you say you don't vote?
Be overweight to be a diabetic, and some things are hereditary. So it's not necessarily the person.
What I said was human beings are suffering on this planet at the hands of other human beings. That's all I'm saying.
Did you say you don't vote?
Literally just said that people are overweight, and that's why they're diabetics and all that stuff. And
I said that.
Hold on, because I'm telling you that some things are just hereditary.
And I'm telling you that Dr. Sebi and a lot of other holistic doctors, have proved that wrong. The reason they say that things are hereditary because the sperm and the egg and all of that was already acidic and toxic. So they write it off as hereditary. Nothing is hereditary. You came here perfect as a human being. Don't feed into that narrative that they're giving humans. That's a false narrative. That's a false. I just broke it down for you, bro. When you come from an acidic sperm or an acidic egg and an acidic environment, you will come out with problems, eczemas and a host of them, asthmas and all that.
So you telling me?
I'm telling you.
A person born with sickle cell, and this is the only person in their family with sickle cell, the only person of history of sickle cell that comes from acidic acid sperm cell.
Yes. Do you know what wait a minute, let me answer her question.
No, because
let me answer her question.
You've been the one talking all this time.
And what is sickle cell? Sickle cell is what? Oxygen can't get in the cell correctly. Am I right or wrong? What is a sickled cell? A sickled cell, what is it? Please inform me. It's when oxygen can't get into the cell correctly.
Listen.
That's all it is. You have to oxygenate your body, but that's a whole nother subject for another time. All I said was this. Here we are. Let me just say this, brother. Let me say this. Here we are talking. We're talking politics. And at the end of the day, all of us humans we don't know where we came from, why we here, and what we doing here. And we talking politics and all this. You here for about 90 to 100 years, and then you out of here. What you should be trying to figure out is why would they try to take water and make it the next thing to fight over instead of just having enough for everybody? You should be wondering why has the price of food tripled since the COVID, but the price of but your wages, no, we are dealing with it now. See, that's the problem. See, like Dick Gregory, let me tell you, like Dick Gregory said. See,
I heard you already. So what you're saying?
Yeah, you do need to be told because the things that you're saying don't make sense, bro.
I haven't said anything because you've been talking. But now you're saying
no, what I'm saying is our people fighting over politics don't make sense, bro. We're fighting over politics, which don't make sense.
That's not it.
Like Bob Marley said, it's politics.
That's not it. So what you're not going to
do? Yeah, that's it, bro. That's definitely it.
You have all the answers.
Wait. My question to him is, where do you see yourself as in this society of America? What are you in this society? Are you a consumer? Are you a communist? Are you a Republican, a Democrat? What are you?
What I am, I'm a human being on this planet. I'm none of those titles you just gave me. None of those titles don't exist. Wait. You asked me a question and you cut me off while I'm answering. It ain't gonna be 45, but if you interrupted me, you'll never get it.
No one interrupts you. You just keep going. And then when you
we all listen at this. Let me say this. Listen at this.
My question.
I'm answering your question like this. All I'm saying is this. All of us. You see how they do? Listen at this. All I'm saying is this.
We know ideology. You don't need to go on it no more. We already get it. We got you. We got it, big dog. You got it.
But she asked me a question, man, and now you're being rude and won't let me answer. I'm not neither one of those.
Right. None of that. You already answered, Potts. That's the thing.
And let me explain to why you're not none of. Let me explain to you why.
We already heard your answer, but now multiple people, but you are wrong.
No, what I'm saying is you're not none of those things either. You might think in your mind you're those things. You're not a Republican or a Democrat either.
You can't tell me what I am.
You pay taxes every time you buy something, right?
Who doesn't?
Right. So that makes you a consumer, right or wrong?
I mean, if that's how you want to frame it as your narrative.
Right, you're considered a communist too, right?
If I'm paying taxes when I buy something and sell something, that makes me a consumer.
That makes you a communist as well, right?
Your talking points don't make sense. Listen at what I'm saying for you humans. Listen at what I'm saying for you humans. What I'm trying to get y'all to see is this American illusion of listen.
We are all in this system. You are participating in a system that you talking about you don't want to participate in. But
And if I could get all my brothers and sisters not to participate and hold they dumbass vote, if I could get all y'all to hold y'all vote,
so ignorant right
if
now.
I could get y'all to hold y'all vote for one term, if I could get y'all, listen at
What
me.
you're saying is that you want the entire
Felicia,
black community
listen at what I'm saying,
for a
Felicia.
term?
All I'm saying is this.
So that
It's been a lot of, what I'm saying is this. If black folks could just hold their vote for one term, black people. No, wait. Let me land. Let me land, brother. Oh my God. I'm saying, all I said was, if I
am
said,
not gonna let you say what you got to say because it's misinformation.
how are you gonna stop me from saying it?
Because I'm gonna talk over you. I'm a distracted.
See, now you being rude. Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead.
You over here being disingenuous to your own community. You're saying that our community should not vote. Our vote only makes up less than
know that we're not playing the game anymore. Are you the fucking dummy? Your mama the dummy. Your mama's the dummy.
You're saying that if
You
we don't vote,
stupid.
that we're gonna win. That don't make no damn sense.
It'll let you know that you're not.
You don't
Oh my God. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm fucking serious, you ignorant motherfucker. You sound dumb as shit.
Listen at what I'm saying. Listen at what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna say too much. My bad. I'm not gonna say too much, but the shit you're saying is very harmful. A lot of it is misinformation. You still never addressed the thing I was saying about a lot of the stuff being passed down to people, like through two people, the diseases and stuff that they deal with isn't hereditary, which in fact it is, which is how some kids and children are born with disabilities and things like that because it is passed down. Nobody's born 100% perfect. So there's that. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say, and so you can give my time to someone else.
Okay. No, Lily, I wanted you to chime in, so but I had to put on Showtime. It was getting out of hand. Go ahead, Big Felicia.
Hey, how y'all doing? I just wanted to make sure everybody had what's going on.
You got an echo, honey, real bad.
Did my headphone connect? Oh, girl. I'm gonna just mute myself.
That silence felt good, you know. They say meditating is listening to the universe and praying is talking. And I just want to say, you know, the universe didn't want her to get that bullshit out. I'm not against nobody. And I'm finna stop hollering, hooping and hollering on here. And I'm gonna stay right here at this voice from now on, Diamond, because the message gets misconstrued. They already don't like the messenger. So now let me just say this. All I'm saying is when I say black folks could withhold the vote for one term, 4 years, just one vote, and it lasts for 4 years, that would let them know that we don't want to be included in the games no more. Like, y'all ain't never seen the memes where it say, if we stand up, the game is over. They playing the game on our backs, but we not looking at it like that because we got so much to clean up. We got the inner city crime against each other. We got them with the foot on our neck. You know, we paying to live on a planet where everything should be for free, or it should be closer than it is now, you know, but shit is steady skyrocketing, but nobody looks at it from that angle. So people are lost because they think that this is the way it's supposed to be because it was going on when they was born. But this is wrong and it's getting out of hand. So it's two wings of the same bird. And what did it tell you? A house divided against itself can't stand. So to really get rid of the system and make a change, that would at least let them know we woke up, because knowing is half the battle, they say. That's what the old folks told me. Knowing is half the battle. So if we know it's a game going on, why don't we go on and set shit straight instead of saying, well, in 4 years, all the shelves going to be cleared off and it's going to be hard and I'm going to have to lock my door and somebody going to come try to do a kick door because they want what I got. That's what we're telling ourselves humans to prepare for. If that's the case, niggas could be back out here with they garden holes and they shovels and shit, growing shit in these front yards with all these pretty lawns. You know the reason they came up with a lawn is to stop you from growing. Come on, man, wake up, humans.
Good morning, Ms. Diamond. How are you doing, ma'am?
Good morning.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your space. And good morning to the panel. I've been listening to your live for probably about an hour or so, a little bit more. And I just, you know, it's really troublesome to hear some of the talk that I'm hearing from some of the Black men that have come up on your panel. And it really bothers me that so many men, and more specific, so many Black men can ride or die and support Trump. That's really, really bothersome. You know, he has the biggest platform in this world, right? He's running for president and, you know, he's doing his campaign, but yet he gets up on this stage and he spews so much hate, so much divisiveness between Americans, so much just non-rhetoric. I mean, it's just the stuff that he spews is just crazy. And for men, grown men, to support what Trump stands for and what Trump says, it really, you know, it kind of opens your eyes and kind of make you think, is this how they feel about women in general from some of the stuff that Trump says? And then I heard some of the guys on the panel saying something about hormone blockers or some type of blockers. But my question is, if the kids are getting all this stuff done, wouldn't the parents have to be the ones to consent to their child being able to get these blockers? And why is it that the LGBT community is always thrown in the mix when people feel a certain type of way about politics or anything in general? I mean, I just find it really distasteful and embarrassing for some of the Black men to.
Okay, I don't really like talking politics because we always go back and forth. But I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna try to make this short. And I think I'm gonna drop and get back to work. Y'all need to do y'all history, and y'all really need to do your history and figure out what party you aligning yourself with, right? I've always voted Democrat. This is gonna be my first time voting Republican. The Democratic Party is the party that birthed the KKK. The Republican Party is the party that birthed freeing the slaves. Every piece of legislature that came in support of the civil rights movement came from the Republicans. They have convinced y'all that it's anti-Black or you gotta be a coon to support the Republican Party. And y'all keep pushing this narrative like we just so crazy for Trump. From here on out, I will never vote Democrat because I don't agree with those beliefs. I believe in a heterosexual nuclear family, a man and a woman. I come from a Christian background, right? That's why I can't align myself with that, you know, that community stuff. But I don't knock y'all. I don't have nothing against y'all. I want y'all to sit here and know that I don't have nothing against y'all. Black women, I don't have nothing against y'all. I want y'all to be the best you can be. But I see what's going wrong. Our kids don't have fathers in the household. That's the problem. But that's my two. I'ma land and get out y'all way because I don't want to talk politics. Diamond, appreciate you having me up. You look stressed. They stressing you out.
I'm just tired. I'm tired.
I'ma drop.
So what I'm gonna say is that you were talking about telling fellow Black people not to vote because if we don't vote, they'll see that we don't vote and there will be drastic change due to our absence of vote. That is wildly chimerically based and lives with roots of misinformation. If we don't vote, then things don't get done. Okay? The vote is the most powerful nonviolent change agent you have in a democratic society. You must use it because it is not guaranteed. You can lose it. That's fact. That's literal fact. If you sit here and say, oh, well, the 30% of the Black vote, if we just withhold that, then we will get things done. That's the opposite of what will happen. That's how politics work, right? If they say, hey, everybody in the room right now, if you want to drop Sakani, raise your hand. And if 5 people raise their hand, and then 2 people don't vote, but the 2 people who didn't raise their hand want to talk all the shit about how they can fix shit, but they're not voting, that don't make no sense, bro. I'm not here to disrespect you, but I'm letting you know that that ideology is dangerous, ignorant, and the common denominator, dumb. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I would never in my life go to another Black person when we had to fight for our right to vote. We had to go through the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment just to be seen as people. And now you're telling me, oh, just don't say nothing. Your words don't matter. Our words do matter. Everyone go out and vote.
Okay, I want to address. I'm sticking to politics, and I want to address what CEO said. Okay, so brief history lesson. He is absolutely correct. It was the Republicans who quote unquote freed the slaves, but there's a thing called nuance. And with politics, there's nuance. Just like people who watch football games, you have people that they just watch it for the sheer veil of watching it, or you have the people that they're looking at touchdowns, they're looking for turnovers, they can read and see the plays. Exact same thing applies to politics. And back to and with that, during that time when the Republicans freed the slaves, the enslaved people, let me correct myself, the Republican Party, they were a progressive party. They were progressive Republicans. The enslaved people, let me correct. A flip came when let me move past that. Going forward, after enslaved people were freed, I'd love for everyone to go and look up the time of Reconstruction when the most Black and freed enslaved people were elected to Congress, and check out what happened. Look and see what happened when Black people decided to learn politics and learn how to play into the game, into the system of politics that you're born into. Going forward, back when I'm horrible at dates, but in a time once the South was no longer to keep its ownership over enslaved people, they decided to flip. That's why we now vote Democrat, because it's progressive.
Hey, howdy, I'm back.
Yeah, let me just a couple of things. First and foremost, when we talk about slavery, all right, it's a very nuanced scenario, but at the end of the day, no white person on either side of the aisle freed us. We freed our fucking selves. We fought for ourselves. We freed ourselves. All right. Remember, both sides promised freedom if we fought. The people who fought for the South and lost, they got sent to Nova Scotia in Canada. Look up the history of it. So freedom came from us fighting for our own rights, not for white people trying to do right by us. Let's just forget that part. Neither party really mattered when it came to that. I think Abraham Lincoln meant well, but if it wasn't for the fact that he needed us to fight for a cause that was more important than just us being Black, then quite frankly, we probably wouldn't have been freed. There was a lot more to it than just him wanting to do nice by Black people, just to be clear. And then when we were freed, I think to the point that she was saying, we were freed as a person, but we were still put into a system of politics that we didn't agree upon. We didn't agree to the Constitution. They wrote it. Remember, there was a Reconstruction period where we had to do a great migration north and west. My people fought in this union that y'all are referring to. My folks were actually enslaved. I still have my people's free papers. So everything you're describing, I was taught this like in depth. You know, Vermont was the first state in the Union in 1778 to declare that they were going to remove slavery at all in their constitution. And they've yet to amend that in 2024. And y'all talking about freedom? It hasn't happened yet. Just to be clear.
Okay, I got a question. So do we post to vote or don't we post to vote? And another one, I got another one. Why is everybody so upset with the community? Are they mad because they're not part of the community? I'm just asking. I'm just asking because it seems like it's a lot of hate for the other community. Are they mad because they're not part of it, or do they want to become part of it? So I don't know. And I hear OGs up here saying don't vote. Like, y'all older than me. Do I post to vote or not vote? I don't know. It's confusing me.
Yes, please go vote. Yes.
Okay, that's all I had to go. It's like, y'all leave the LGBTQIA, whatever, leave them alone. Ain't nobody teaching your kids to be gay. The one y'all need to be watching out for your uncles and your family. But that's all I had to come up here and say. I'm sorry. That's all I had to come up here and say, because y'all confusing me in the comments. First y'all saying, let's show them. But how we going to show them we don't vote? So that's all I had to say. Thank you for letting me come up here, Diamond.
All right, babe.
Bye.
I just want to come because it doesn't make sense that what Potts is saying doesn't make sense, because I'm sure he doesn't believe that the government cares about us people or not, especially as us Black people or not. If that's how he feels, then why do you think the government is going to care about us not voting? Like, okay, we don't vote. They're gonna say, okay, y'all not gonna vote. Cool. We're just gonna do what we want to do. Like they're not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, they stopped voting. Oh no. They're gonna say, oh, okay, let's go ahead and just keep on doing what we're doing then. You know, we don't care. No, we never care what they got to say before. So hey, they made it very easy for us. So this whole idea of, oh, we shouldn't vote to show them that we aren't playing their games. They're the game masters. They're the ones making the rules of this game. Whether or not you vote or not, you're still gonna be playing it regardless. So, like, I'm sorry to tell you that, but also I agree. Like, y'all keep bringing up like the LGBTQ community. That y'all don't care about the kids. Y'all just upset because they get to be who they want to be. Like, either grow up or just be quiet. One of those two.
Tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Can we get some taps, y'all? Tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Diamond, the host, for always running a great live and keeping everybody on the up and up. Make sure y'all support her. She got a lot of great products. I'm gonna definitely go hit the Diamond store and buy some of her stuff. Support. Yeah, you should get out there and vote. Definitely. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, just exercise your right to vote. I'm supporting Trump. I like what he brings to the table. I like his vision for my family. If you support Harris, you like what her vision for your family, go out there and support her. We're all American citizens. Again, you know, if you don't want to vote, exercise your right not to vote. But, you know, regardless of what you're doing, I think, you know, we have this opportunity in America to exercise our rights and to continue to, you know, do so how we believe. So either side you on, again, go your direction. I'm not hating, but I'm definitely voting for Trump. And I like what he brings to the table. I like his plan, his vision. I think he goes after his political promises, and he has a good vision for what I think my family needs in our lives headed forward. I want to just take this time again to thank Diamond for just having a great panel and always being like a bipartisan person when it comes to all the topics. She's definitely one of the leaders. And make sure you guys support her. Definitely great. Shout out to everybody on the panel. We in here, 2024, Trump. Y'all already know I'm gonna just shout out all my Harris supporters too. Don't be sore losers when Trump get up in there. He served the fries she didn't want to serve. Y'all already know what it is, for real, for real. And again, make sure y'all support Diamond, man. She's a great leader. If Diamond was running, I would vote for her off top, period. You know what I mean? Diamond.
Is it my turn?
Good morning.
You can hear me, Diamond?
Mm-hmm.
Look at me, Diamond. When y'all go vote, put my name in the ballot. Because today's my birthday. And I want y'all to vote for me.
Birthday.
Diamond, I don't know what they got going on. How you doing? What y'all talking about? Joe, how you doing, baby? I like your hair.
Hi.
They said no. Diamond, I said put my name on the ballot. They said everybody smile today, okay? If you don't, just smile. I want everybody to smile. Smile, you guys. Did you have your breakfast, Diamond?
I did.
It was good.
It was.
It was real good. I'm gonna waste y'all time because y'all be wasting our time in the comments. So let's sing happy birthday to me. 1, 2, or y'all on mute. Y'all can't sing it to me.
I'm gonna take my showtime.
They want me to drop. I'm gonna leave y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Everybody be happy, okay? Everybody be happy. Come on, you guys. 1.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Shane. Happy birthday. That's the off birthday song I ever heard. Yo, it's
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, y'all. I just wanted y'all to smile for a second. Take a break to smile. Go back to y'all discussion. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. They telling me get out. I'm leaving. Bye, Diamond. I'm so sorry, but keep smiling, baby.
Can I just say this on the topic, at least on the that Kamala is going to win, because at the end of the day, in 2024, women are much more aware of their bodies and their daughters. And just because the Trump crowd are the most aggressive and mean at this point and loud, please do not be fooled by any in any way, shape, or form. Women and the new second minority or second majority, the Hispanic / Latinos are getting ready to wipe you all out, wipe us out, because I'm one of us. And this is what's gonna happen on day 2 when they pull the numbers and they see that y'all are, like, I don't know, really, because it's just like a homophobic thing with Trump. Because with Trump, it's not. This is what I have to say. You're not really doing better or worse with Trump, right? It's just that, at least for me, I supported him because I'm in Arizona and I don't like the illegal immigrants, and I think that they are harmful, very harmful to us. So I like Trump for that reason. However, when Trump said cop immunity, I immediately, there's nothing else to like about him. If you say cop immunity in any way, shape, form, or fashion, that there's nothing. We have nothing else to talk about. You can't give me $1 million in cop immunity. You can't give me $20 million in a mansion in cop immunity. So I don't understand how any black person, especially a man, could say that his wallet, the weight of his wallet outweighs cop immunity. Because it doesn't matter if you are in that fancy Jaguar with 20 figures in the bank. If a cop has immunity, and we all know what the cops are doing and have done and will continue to do, so why would you want a man in office that even hints at cop immunity? That said, like, I'm back to the beginning, women, and then TikTok, and I'll just say, TikTok is even proof that women are tired of men telling them what to do and how to be women. Now, granted, women are not the loudest voices because they know at the end of the day, men, just want to, put a stick in them. That said, women are, I'm telling you, these women in 2024 care about their daughters more than the women in times past. And because of that, a lot of these men that think that they wives are loyal to them because of whatever that is, I assure you, this ballot in 2024, women, Hispanics, LGBTQ, and sane YT men and sane BLK men are going to vote for Kamala. Racist YT men, racist YT women, homophobic BLK men, homophobic BLK women will vote for Trump. When you weigh those numbers, you come up with the first female president of the United States, which is neither black nor white. And I land my plane.
Well, Jack, I like to say this. I like that you said, you like Trump based on the immigration. And I also like that you pointed out with the situation with the cop immunity. I definitely don't like that at all. So I'm gonna have to look into that. That may sway me a little bit different because I don't think cops should get full immunity on nothing. I just got to look into it to see if he was really saying that and pushing that, because that is a big game changer if that's the case. But you hit a lot of points. I don't care about people's sexuality. Like I said, I'm big, whatever you do behind closed doors, that's your business, But I get where you're coming from. And both sides, what works best for you is that's how you should go out and vote. Again, I listened to him. He said he supported Trump on the border. That's one of my main things. Also, just more of strengthening the country, but I can't go with that cop thing if that is the case. So I'm gonna definitely look into that. I'm not saying it's confirmed just because you said it, but I'm gonna look into it.
I am gonna say this because y'all hear me clear? Or is my mic still acting shit?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, still acting low. Oh, okay, I can't hear that good.
No, I'm talking low because I'm in the car. But I do want to say that's one thing that the Harris, the Democrats, have pushed that agenda, like this whole campaign, that what happened in New York or whatever, with the New York Nine, whatever it is, they've been pushing that agenda. I haven't really heard him at no rally say anything about cop immunity. That's just been something that everybody been talking about. I've never really heard. He said, I did say he had an agenda to support blue when it comes to certain situations, but not when it comes to a fatality. He definitely said that multiple times. He said there's no reformation for someone that killed somebody. I've heard that at multiple rallies, but I haven't heard the other side. I've definitely heard everybody else literally persecute him for something that happened in the 90s when he was a Democrat. That's the crazy part about it. When he was a Democrat, because he only been a Republican since 2012.
Let me play it real quick. Let me play it for you really quick. Let me just play it for you really quick. Let me play it. Watch this. Let me play this. Let me play this real quick. Watch this.
We're going to give immunity to police so they can do their job. I'm giving federal immunity to police officers so they can do their job.
One more
We're
time.
going to give immunity to police so they can do their job. I'm giving federal
Right.
immunity to
So,
police officers
if
so
can
they
I
can do their job.
may I jump in
Okay,
real quick?
so
Just
I
for
heard it.
clarification, if Diamond, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So a couple of things, right? I want to be clear, regardless of Trump's policies that y'all may like, he is a felon. He is compromised. I work, just for full disclosure, I work in government. I can't say exactly what I do, but he's compromised. So any discussion that you guys are talking about in terms of his policies, what you may like, he is a Russian compromised agent. We know that. It's pointless to have any discussion about voting for him. If you vote for him, you're voting for communism. Agent. We know you're voting for communism. You guys can talk about what you want, but that's one of the challenges. And when you guys are saying misinformation, be careful using that word.
Hey, brother, you
Say
have to say it
propaganda,
allegedly.
don't say
You have to say it-
misinformation
you have
because
to
they will
say
use that
allegedly,
word
because
against you.
you
To
have
be
to say
clear, just be
allegedly.
careful.
You have to
I'm
say
speaking.
allegedly.
Please don't
But
cut
I'm
me
just
off.
saying
I'm
you
still
said he's
speaking.
Russian.
I didn't cut anybody
You
else
said
off. This is
allegedly.
one of the problems when I'm just trying to give information. This is not an opinion. This is based on my profession. So what I'm suggesting is don't say misinformation, say
profession so we can
propaganda,
confirm you.
because it's propaganda that's being
Tell us
spread.
your
It's not mis-
profession. You can't even tell us your profession. You're up here saying we
First of
should
all, I
validate
said,
what you're
please don't
saying.
cut me off. If you want to
But
yell
you're
at me,
saying
that's
you
fine.
can
But
mess up the
Diamond, I
whole
didn't yell
lie
at
by
him.
spreading misinformation.
I am not spreading misinformation. I am telling you there's propaganda.
And that's what you're
Okay,
doing.
so
You
just to
can't
be
even
clear,
say
be
what your
careful about.
job is. Like, that's
I'm
all
not
I'm
in an argument. So if you want to yell at me, that's fine. But I just wanted to share information that I know.
You're
Can I
not who you
speak, or
say
would you
you
like
are.
to
You're
yell
up
at
here
me?
spreading
I can let you
misinformation,
yell.
bro.
Wait, but I'm saying
Y'all listen, one person at a time, please. Let him get it all out. Let him get it all out.
Diamond, why do they call it misinformation when it goes against their
Okay, so
thinking?
once again,
They try
here
to
we
call
go.
my shit misinformation just because it doesn't line up with their narrative and thinking. It's misinformation. That in itself
Diamond,
is
this is once
dangerous.
again them being upset about what I'm sharing. I can just say what I can say, and y'all can debate it all you want to after. Just give me a minute to say what I want to say. Okay? So Trump ran as president as a libertarian in 2012, not as a Democrat. Y'all can look that up. Say I'm wrong, go ahead. Y'all got Google. He was investigated in 2016. That is not incorrect. Why? Because he has Russian relations financially. Look it up. He was found guilty by President Obama. Look it up. President Obama couldn't indict him because he was running for president of the United States. So if we stopped him, it would have been a crime based on our democracy. We had to let democracy bear out. He won anyway. He was running for president and he won. And then we had a felon as president for 4 years and we knew it. President Obama couldn't do anything about it because he wasn't president anymore. Trump was president. He spent 4 years trying to demolish your democracy. 4 years. He sent Rand Paul to Russia to talk to Putin about how he could continue to destroy our democracy. This is not a theory. Nancy Pelosi and the government then attacked Trump to get him to be indicted as a sitting president. He then got two impeachments based on his behavior. And then he tried to overtake your government when he lost to Biden. That was the January 6th insurrection. So what you guys are arguing for about Trump being a good businessman and good for family and all that, it is not propaganda. It is not a lie. It is happening to you in real time. And COVID, just to be clear, was a biological attack on your government, partnered with Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, and North Korea. Sinclair
your
Media
damn
has been
propaganda
pumping
plane already.
propaganda
God
into
damn,
your
man.
TV for years. Jigga, you are yelling at me. I was never arguing with you. I'm about to go mute in 10 seconds, and then you can get it off all you want to.
That soldier up here.
You can get it off all you want to in 10 seconds. Let me finish. You can get it off all you want to, Draco, in 10
Let him
seconds.
finish. Let him finish, y'all. Let him finish.
So we are in an election right now between democracy and communism. To be clear, you can support Trump all you want to, but to be clear, if you vote for Trump, you're voting for a felon and you're voting for a communist agent. I'm off. Y'all can argue amongst yourself all you want to.
First of all, I cannot believe anybody that say, hey, I work for the government, but I can't tell you what I do. Get your goofy ass out of here, bro. Everything you said was propaganda. What makes your job so secretive, you weirdo?
It's called NDA and confidentiality. My friend, I'm on the internet on TikTok.
It's called your
You think I'm going to tell you what I do on TikTok?
It's called your
You think
spreading
it's called
propaganda.
confidentiality and NDA? It's called real life.
Shut
Jigga
up after
TV.
somebody else was talking.
Jigga TV. It's called confidentiality and NDA. You're not supposed to go on TikTok telling everybody what you do.
propaganda,
I'm
bro.
just
Stop
telling you what I
spreading
know. You
propaganda.
can take it for what you
You
want.
don't
If that
know
makes you
nothing.
upset, that's your problem.
Let
But
me
if
just
you
say
feel
this,
you're
though. Let me
supporting
say
something
let me
that
say
you don't
this.
know anything
Let me
about
say
and
this,
you're
though.
upset
Y'all,
about it,
y'all, whole nother way. Watch this. I will say this though. King Dream. I appreciate it, but it was very CNN. You gave a very Don Lemon.
Fair enough. I
Cuomo.
received that. I didn't come in here to sway any opinions. I just came to share
Let
facts.
me
If
say my
y'all
piece.
can
Let
take
me
it how
say
you
my
want
piece.
it. I understand. I get it.
I'm just trying to bring mediation. All I'm saying, it was very CNN. Now listen, because this is what I always have to say. The agenda doesn't change. This is what we always have to remember. Just because we change the president, remember those State Department workers and all those like people with jobs. Remember, those people don't change. Like we've all worked for corporations where, we get a new CEO, but we don't change what we do. The agenda and the mission statement of the company does not change just because the CEO changes. All the CEO is, is just a new figurehead for everybody to say, he's responsible for certain actions. Nevertheless, as we say, the agenda does not change because it goes from Republican to Democrat to Republican. Because what you have to always remember, it will go for Democrats for so long, but like humans do, we eventually get tired of Democrats. When we
So
get
can you elaborate? Can you elaborate on said agenda? No, wait a minute, because you've been talking. I've been on mute a long time, Jack and Coke. I know you're a little high and shit. I'm asking you elaborate on the agenda. I'm just saying because you spoke. I like that. You said we know it's an agenda, whether it bounces back and forth from the Republican or Democrats of the world. We know it's an agenda, a hidden agenda. We have all kind of ways of describing it. Can you please elaborate on said agenda? What is the agenda of the government?
The agenda is what you see every day. It's what you see every day is my point. It doesn't change. That's my whole point. It doesn't change.
But what is that agenda? What are they striving to do?
Kamala is not.
What is the government striving to do for humans? Are they here for our benefit? Are they here to help us?
To keep you invested into the corporation of the United States of America. That's what their job is. To keep everybody investing.
Or can I swap that invested word out with indoctrinated? Can I swap that word out with indoctrinated?
No. Indoctrination is only if you can't critically think.
Well, we're not thinking when we're thinking that a house divided against itself can still stand. So how does the left and the right even mean something? They call it left wing, right wing. So ain't it two wings of the same bird? I'm just asking.
You just made my point. I don't know where you go with that. You just made my point.
Good morning, Ms. Diamond. Can you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I chime in here in a little bit?
You can go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everybody on the panel. I hope y'all are doing well. I just want to come in and say to the panel that most recently, if it matters for who it matters to me. But I recently early voting kicked off in my area, and I went and voted for Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz. I'm very proud of my vote. I am standing with my Black women for those of y'all who are voting for Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz. To all of the other people who I'm going to encourage you to make your voice heard. Depending on who you wanting to vote for, that is your choice. I can't tell you why you should vote the way that you should. I can only tell you why I voted the way that I did. Very proud of something that I did, and I'm very blessed. I voted with my grandmother. Very, very, very blessed to be able to cast my vote with her. And something that I don't see a lot on these panels
when I come into these panels. Something that I don't see. I don't see a lot of my fellow Black men standing alongside my Black women, and it just bothers me. And I just wanted to let my Black women know. I wanted to speak specifically to my Black women, that letting you know that you're not alone and you're not by yourself, and you don't have to fight this battle alone. Because I have noticed that a lot of times that when I go on to different panels in these TikTok streets, I notice that a lot of Black women are in there and they are by themselves, and the men are off in left field. But I am standing with my Black women, and I'm most certainly standing alongside Kamala Harris. Even if she doesn't win, I'm very proud to have cast my vote for her during this election. 2016 taught me a valuable lesson: don't stay home. And the 4 years now, why I voted against Donald Trump, I remember the ways that he responded to the social unrest back in 2020 when he was president. I remember how he treated people that look a lot like me and Miss Diamond when it came to things that affected us, such as police brutality. I remember how he and people that supported him responded to the George Floyd incident and George Floyd incident. I remember how they responded to us as a community, and I can't rock with that at no point in time. And I encourage other Black men to not rock with that as well. I'm 27
Hey, Rock, can I
years.
ask you a question? Because you said you're standing next to Kamala because she's a Black woman, but Kamala is standing next to a white husband every day. Make that make sense.
Who she chose.
So that's why I'm choosing Trump. Calm down, bro. That's why I'm choosing Trump. Calm down, bro.
Yeah. Hey, bro, who she chose is who she chose.
He chose a white man. You should choose a white man too. Choose Donald Trump. She chose a white man. You should choose him too. Choose Donald Trump.
It's too late for me to do that, my brother. I've already voted for Kamala Harris. I chose.
But all that race baiting and all that conversation you're talking about, she's a Black woman, is weird as hell. She's actually on a white pickle every night, bro.
Could I ask you what that's supposed to mean? So you gonna go jump on Trump?
Because you up here talking about I'm standing next to a Black woman,
go jump on Trump,
and she's standing next to a white man. That don't make sense. You're saying I'm standing next to a Black woman, and she's standing next to a white man.
I could care less.
Get up out of here with the nonsense and the race baiting. Why you come up here with the race baiting? That was weird as hell.
Jigga
TV came up here with the
Ain't so upset about it though.
Why you upset?
Can I say this?
Because
can I just say this though? Can I just say this though? Y'all don't. But y'all don't.
But y'all be cheering for Kamala like she's Black and proud or something is the reason Jigga said something. Y'all act like she's Black and proud. I don't got no dog in the race, but I throw away the whole shitstorm. The shitstorm. But when they come up here, Kamala's Black, and then she with a white man, does that compromise her views? Can that compromise her views rather?
Kamala could not be. Let me show you. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. When Kamala Harris went in front of Jamal Harris's Bryant Church, it was more evident than ever in my life that that woman is nowhere near a Black woman. She is a person of color for sure. But that woman is no BLK woman. And when she stood in front of Jamal Harris and Bryant and all of them sisters, you could clearly see Kamala Harris was a fish out of water.
Thank you, y'all. And that's all I'm saying. When you get up on here, don't come with the Black race baiting. It sounds weird. I'm standing next to a Black woman. Like, we don't care about that, bro.
Hold on, homeboy. Hold on, my boy. Let me tell you something. I could care less who she's married to. Maybe you should take a page out of her husband's book. Maybe you as a black man should marry a Black woman.
You sound as weird as Obama.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should do that. Maybe you as a Black man should marry a Black woman. Maybe you should raise a family. Maybe you should take care of your kids. Maybe you should do what you're supposed to do. Maybe you should do that. If then you can come talk to me about who somebody is.
Shout out to the biracial.
My guy tried to race bait and get people to vote for Kamala. So all my Black people, everything you said was black. You was trying to race bait.
Can I say something, please? Can I say something? Y'all been up here all morning. Can I say something? Diamond, how you doing?
Hey.
I just came to say today is Tuesday, everybody. It's the best day of the week because it's Taco Tuesday, and here in LA, it's Two-Piece Tuesday. It's Two-Piece Tuesday at Popeyes. So y'all go get y'all 2 pieces. You get you a thigh and a leg at Popeyes for $2.99. So all I had to say was Happy Taco Tuesday, and it's Two-Piece Tuesday at Popeyes. And y'all
Brown was trying to raise
now hold on. Listen, and I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna let y'all go. As long as this presidential election don't affect Two-Piece Tuesday at Popeyes, keep the
If
party.
you don't get out of here, Omar.
He's definitely about to say 2 piece on Tuesday. 2-Piece Tuesday is about to come.
Yo, but Rod, I'm gonna keep it real, Rod. And I'm not coming at you personally, what you do in your personal life. Again, I'm just
as long as this president,
I'm just saying you were coming up here race baiting, bro. And if you vote for Harris, that's cool. But don't try to sway other black people because I'm standing next to a black woman. Okay, that's you. But she's standing next to a white man. Is that a lie? Am I lying?
No.
But am I lying?
Bruh.
But am I lying?
Jigga,
But I'm just asking you, am I lying? She's standing next to a white man. So don't use the black card when you're talking to us, bro.
You as a black
the black card is out the door. The black card's out the door.
Y'all, hold on 1 second, y'all. Listen. I gotta end my live early, y'all. I'm sitting up here fighting my sleep, y'all. I'm fighting it to death.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. We can come back on here tomorrow and talk more about the politics, y'all. But I am tired. I've been up all night with the merch and etc. So y'all going to Popeyes?
Bye, Diamond. Bye, beautiful. Get you some rest. Take care of yourself. Love yourself first.
We can have this conversation.
All right, Diamond. No shade.
Yeah, she barely can hold her eyes open. Look at her. She barely can hold her eyes open.
All right, Diamond.
Thanks, Diamond. Old slice and dice. Yeah.
Diamond, thank you for allowing me to get up here and show my behind a bit. I just want to say my last word is look up the word disenfranchisement. And look at what party spends billions of dollars to disenfranchise people, to keep them from voting, or to make it more difficult. And why do you think they would spend billions of dollars just to keep you from voting, no matter who you voted for? That's all I got to say. I'm out. Thank you.
All right, Diamond, get you some rest. Appreciate you.
And these are Felicia's final thoughts. You guys, remember that the president is only a person that says yes or no to the laws. The laws, the policies, and the agenda are all made by the Senate and the Congress. Shout out to y'all. Have a blessed day. Make sure you know who you're voting for. Work that out.
Thank you for everybody that tuned in. You guys, Monday through Friday, starting at 6 a.m. Eastern time, you guys, we have topics. Follow the page if you're not following the host, y'all. Thank y'all so much, and I will see you guys.